Hello, guys. Welcome back to the iMaxit YouTube platform. I'm your host, JD. If you're new, please do consider liking, sharing, and definitely subscribing to the platform. And if you're new, massive respect to you and all of our normal subscribers. Big up to you, lovely people. Carried us a far way. So as you saw by the title, this one will not serve as the post match. This one will just serve because of Mr. Rudolph Speid spoke on the matter. All right. So I said I'm going to put this one ahead of the actual breakdown, but still, I will still touch points of the breakdown itself. All right. So first, we said not good enough question because I think people around the country, the discourse is they did better than what people expected. So we wanted to go into a few details to ask if did they really do good enough for even people entertaining the conversation, because I had listened to Mr. Rudolph Speid, and he said two things. He's going to speak with his family, and also we should keep it to our own. I don't know what that means. All right. Is he saying that it means that, oh, it should just be a Jamaican getting the job, or it should be a person in the actual federation? What should take place? All right. So let me first start this one. Congratulating Congo. Congratulations, Congo. I thought that they're the better team, fully deserved to win the game. I don't think it was actually close. I don't think Jamaica truly competed. I think Jamaica tried to stop Congo from playing football and gradually tried to go as long as possible in the game. I've watched the game twice, analyzed it with other analysis, and in my opinion, I don't think Jamaica truly tried. To be honest, in the entire game of 120 minutes, only one sequence of the game, Jamaica actually had a half chance where in which Leon Bailey tripped in to Masuaka over to the left hand side, couldn't get past Masuaka, cut back in, clipped the ball in, it took a deflection, it went to KC Palmer. KC Palmer struck the ball from top of the box, it got a block. That is all Jamaica did for the entire game. Yes, Leon Bailey did struck a ball from 45 yards and he clipped the post, but truly it wasn't a clear goals opportunity. So Jamaica created no clear cut opportunity, no shots on target, and pretty much never really threatened, none at all for the entire game. DR Congo scored twice, got one ruled off, and the third one went to the VAR, and we were hoping that it got ruled out as well. We are hoping that it got ruled out as well. And based on when I finished watching the game and I looked at the replays, it could have actually been ruled out if based on what they said about the rules of VAR, it could have been ruled out. But to be honest, they deserve to win the game. They were the better team. They were the ones trying to score. They were trying to win the game right throughout. That does not give them the right to get the game. But I'm saying anyone would have won that game. It would have been only one outcome. I'm very sorry. I hope you guys don't just go into discourse, but go and watch the game again and like how you know the result now. And I think you would only say it's one team winning the game. You understand me? It was only one team coming off with a victory there. The only thing Jamaica could have done is to steal the game in the latter stage. In the latter stage of the game, but this is not the video for that, because I'm going to do a separate video to show you what I was actually saying. All right, but this is what should take place after this, because the reason why I've started my video like this, it's solely to tell you the situation, because I think that they're using the situation to force a regime on us to accept what comes next. Based on what I heard Mr. Spade said, I think that they're forcing a regime on people. Like what we should expect is Mr. Speed to continue, or Miguel Coley to continue, and it should be one of our own. And to be honest, I think that their whole coaching staff got outplayed right through, tactically, everything. I don't think it was a close game, none at all. And that's why I made sure to be honest to you guys, because I knew that this would have come, because I knew I said it 3 weeks ago, all Jamaica needed to do is to look like they competed with DR Congo, and that's what they're going to use to sell that we need to keep these people on for longer. I told you that's the case. I told you that's the case. All right, I told you that's the case. So, anyways, let me just run through the statistics and let you know what took place in both halves. 47% to 53% in favor of Jamaica. Three big chances to Congo, and those are excluding the ones that call offside. All right, and for persons that question why I was lamenting on the offside, it is solely based on the fact that it wasn't Jamaica stopped the goal from scoring. It was the guy's torso above his own teammate. So please listen to me. So it was a big chance as well because Jamaica never stopped him from score. He stopped himself from score because Jamaica kept on a eye line, couldn't read where he is, and if he just rallied, stayed behind his player, it would have been a 100% goal. And that's why the VAR showed you his torso above his own player. So people got caught up in emotions on the night and saying that offside is an offside. No, it's not every offside equal. What I'm pretty much saying, Jamaica never did nothing to stop him from score. He stopped himself from scoring because Jamaica was behind him and his teammate was ahead of him, and literally he pushed himself ahead of his teammate not to score the goal. That is not Jamaica stopped anything. That is Congo stopped their own self from scoring, blood. So people, I don't know if it's just our pride fooling us, but sometimes our pride can stop our success in the future. Because if we talk like that, you know what we're going to do? We are going to validate Mr. Speed's point that they did well enough and they should continue. You understand me? So sometimes we should stop our ego and just really evaluate things as facts. It was only one team winning this game. Period. All right? Yes, if it goes longer and go to penalties, yes, Jamaica had a chance. But um, in real life, in the football metrics, Jamaica never wouldn't have a chance to win this game at no point. You know? Um, no. I was talking two incidents. I was talking in the first 5 minutes. The first goal that got disallowed. People, you had a goal that got disallowed 5 minutes in the game. The reason why the goal was disallowed, it was because of the torso of the player that scored the goal. But because both players were behind Jamaica's back line, the guy that crossed the ball and the player that put the ball in the back of the net was behind Jamaica's back line. And I'm saying that it wasn't Jamaica stopped him, because if he had enough space between the Jamaica eye line and his player, if he stayed behind his player, he would have gotten a free goal. So that's what I'm saying. So we can't give credit to Jamaica's defense when really and truly he was the one should have stayed onside. And that's all we're saying. So I'm just saying that it wasn't as close. So anyways, 47% to 53, three big chances to none, and I've counted in total 7 big chances to Congo. And those shots would have added, so it would have been around 26 shots, because those are ruled out in the end based on the same offside metrics. So I still have to count them in to explain to you. So 9 shots to 6, 19 to 6 shots, 2 saves from Blake, which I thought was valid saves, and the corner was 5 to 7. The corners was the only thing I would give Jamaica credit on. The corners that they got, they should have done better on the corners, but those are the only things I would give them credit on. The corners. They got the corners, and that's where I thought that they would have been more effective, and they weren't effective enough on the corners. That was the thing that I was saying that I think Jamaica could get something off, because we have Ethan Pinnock, and we expected Damian Lowe to start, so we have Damian Lowe as well. So that's what I was thinking on. And they got the corners, but they never really did much from the corners. So that was a slight problem right there. Let me go through the comments now, people. All right. And I'm going to open the platform so people could call. It's going to be only 2 hours. All right. 2 hours max. Alex, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Kevin Jones, people as they come in, remember to hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Only 2 hours. Kevin Jones, big up yourself. Vacation, big up yourself. Massive respect. And that's why I'm saying, people, sometimes when you just they rely on you to use your ego to not want to talk the truth for them to even get more positions. So you have to be careful and honestly assess these things, because your messages counts. Your messages counts if you truly want to see Jamaica good at football. Because that statement that Mr. Speid made, I am not sure what to take of that, because you don't have any qualified coach that's Jamaican blood. So why in the world we have to do our own? Every other country not saying we have to get our own coach. What's up with this with this nationalistic behavior? It doesn't equate sense. So why we keep saying that? You understand me? You just showed that you weren't on the same level with the coach, because all of your substitutions never did well. Never did well. See, first it got 2 touches in 30 minutes. 2 touches in the first 30 minutes. So all of your substitutions never actually did well. Not saying that they are bad players, but where you deploy the players, them never helped them based on the scenario. So that is coaching. That is coaching, people. Lamar, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. That is coaching. So you cannot just come out and say that Jamaica need to just work with their own. That tells me maybe you're putting yourself ahead of the country, and sometimes somebody have to hold you against yourself, Mr. Speid, and the others that should get it, because you're not coaching against other Jamaican people. That's where you can have the advantage. You understand me? But if you're saying that you should just believe in your own and keep your own, people, the calling will open, so you can give your take on it. I am not holding anybody hostage, but I am saying those things are foolishness. You understand me? You believe in your own and all of those foolishness. You have to be qualified, pass for a job, and then do your job. That's how I know the real world works. I think the way how Jamaica is doing things is just not it can't be successful. It's not sustainable. You can't just get into a program, then own the program. It doesn't work. The other coaches, them that's coaching the other teams, they don't own the programs. So we have to be careful how we speak. Um, well, I'm not taking any calls now. Just give me a time to speak, and once I put up the number, we will try to get it done. All right, just give me a second. Let me just go through the comments so we can show the viewers respect. Therapy session. No, it's not therapy session. I'm just coming to make sure I can dispel at least some of the rumors that's going around, because sometimes people put people in position to say certain things so it can benefit them. So I have to come with the honesty to tell you that Jamaica wasn't as good as what you're saying. I heard even the night I heard Jason saying that it's a JPL game. No, Jamaica made it look like a JPL game. Mr. Speid made it look like a JPL game. Congo was always playing and trying to decode the tactics of Jamaica. So I'm very sorry that he's just trying to sugarcoat what Jamaica is doing. And it wasn't good blood. All right. Greetings, Art of Love. Most massive respect. And then we have Knowledgeness in the building. Big up yourself, Pristine. El Mexi in the building. Big up yourself. Congratulations to DRC. Yes. We were expected to. We were expecting too much from the boys. No, I don't think we're expecting too much. We said that we want to see some structure. And then we can talk on it. But to be honest, the structure wasn't there. The only structure you could say that is Ethan Pinnock defending and Andre Blake saving. And those are things that we always saw in Jamaica's team. Aside from that, there weren't as much structure. I'm very sorry. I think we were playing anti-football to take it to penalties. That's what I saw. Roxroy said we should have won, JD. I'm very sorry. I don't know what game you were watching. and what Jamaica actually did in the game to say we should have won. Roy James, I think that's a wrong view to look at it. I don't. You have to explain to me what we did in the game to should have won. Please call in. I would love for you to call in so you can explain to me. All right, because I've watched the game twice and with another eyeball, because sometimes my eyeball could be perceived as bias. So I made sure to watch it with someone else, and nobody come to the same conclusion as to what you just said, Roy. All right, we did try, but lost to a better team. Plus, they scored with an handball. All right, so that's what Michael Brown said. I did explain that situation with the goal. You Williams, big up yourself, thanks for being here. New Waves, massive respect. J Ross, big up yourself, my brother, thanks for being here. Boss, them said JFF is in the best position state ever. Laugh out loud. The same administration for years to come. Yes, and that's what I'm trying to say. That's why I had to make this video. I never wanted to come out until I can just do the post match and then leave it right there. But I had to just come out and talk on this matter and say that which we almost did if we did go to pens. Okay, so Jevan Davis said, which we almost did to go to pens. They scored on the 20 minutes left in the game. So if 20 minutes left in the game is almost going to pen, I don't know what almost is. Because that is literally out of 120 minutes. You do the mathematics and see if almost, because almost is always 5% down to 1%. That is almost 20%. You mean 120 is literally close to 16% or 15% of the game left. So that is not almost, my brother. That is just your pride trying to tell us some stories. All right? Yes. Because that means you're trying to say you're going to survive. So let me ask you a question. So you would be satisfied to say that any decent team that Jamaica comes up against, Panama, Mexico, United States, Canada, our attitude going forward is to try and stay in the games to get a draw, because that's exactly what you're trying to say there, you know. And if that's the case, that means you're not looking to go for the next World Cup. So what you have to try and target is solely to just develop some players. If that's your take, Big Boss. Speed set himself up by selecting JPL players who he had no faith in, thereby wasting space. Well, I have to check and see how much more he could have done. Maybe I never looked at that part as well. Yeah, knowledgeness. Yeah, I did say it. We did talk on it. Yes. The first man did offside. No, the offside came from which one we're talking. Which one we're talking? Let me know. JD, the ball comes off the player's hand. I think that goal should have been disallowed. I think you're joining my stream late. I did spoke on that, and I did agree with most of you guys' take to say that that goal could have been disallowed as well. But my premise to do this video was not just about the match itself. It's about the regime. You understand me? Because I said I'm going to do a last breakdown. But I still said that Jamaica never played good, and we were trying to hold on for Congo not to score. And gladly they never scored in the 5th minute because they had the chance easily to score. And the forward that scored the goal and being offside created his offside situation because of his own anxiety. So that's why maybe we continued to play that style for long, because if they had scored, that goal was legally stood, then you would have seen that they never had any game plan, because really and truly they never had any game plan. You understand me? Yes, that's my point on the game itself. But it's the Rudolph Speid situation I'm talking on. Kush, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. All right, I want you guys to give your take, you know. All right? I want you guys to honestly give your take. So I want you to call in. I'm going to pin it now. Like, oh, I think Jamaica should go back to drawing board again and begin from scratch. I agree, Brian. I agree with that. I agree with that. But we need to have a game plan. So before we hire a coach, a overall staff, we have to try and go to the boardroom first before we do anything like that. I think I've callers, just hold on. Let me set up the thing first. Let me just get because I'm trying to use. Let me take the call because The caller won't give me the chance to open the line. The caller is going to just take the line for himself. So, good morning, caller. How are you doing? Hope everything is okay with you. You took away the line without we putting out the number. Yeah. Plus
Good
third
morning,
floor.
my elder.
What? What he said?
Elder, you
My
old, huh?
elder. Oh my God. You're trying to say I'm old. That's your problem.
Oh, man.
Ah,
You're young
God.
old. You're young old, you know?
Oh. So yeah, so the conversation that we're trying to have is to just say the truth of the game. The game wasn't a game that what I'm hearing, because I listened to Maverick. Maverick tried to say that it's the best he saw Jamaica played. And we I heard others said that we are on par with them, and stuff. And when I watched the game, tried to bring as much other intelligent minds to it, like people qualified with European license and everything. And pretty much they came to the same conclusion. In this game, if they got something off a corner, that was the case, or if they could took it to penalties. But they weren't playing because, and what the guys them used to base that off is the lack of ball retention. Jamaica never wanted the ball. They cleared the ball almost every single time they got the ball. Did you saw the same thing? Because we watched it in slow motion and everything. That's one thing that showed that's why they came to the conclusion to say that they never wanted the ball retention. So that means they never wanted to create anything, because it's off ball retention, you create something. So that means indirectly the only way you're going to win the game is to literally take it to extra time and the penalties.
Yeah, I mean, Congo is a very good team, right? They have good
Yes.
quality. If they're talking from the basis of comparing Jamaica to other big teams that we've played previously,
Mm-hmm.
then I would say that Jamaica would have been more in the game in the sense of not being like not camping inside of their 18. You know, when you play
Mm.
like the USA and the Mexico and the Canada, we are really not in the game. You know, we just camp on the 18 and
Mm-hmm.
wait on the counter attack. Whereas this game, we would have been a bit more in the game in a sense, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
However, if you're comparing it to those previous games and they're looking at it through that lens, then fair enough to them, right? However, in terms of winning the game and creating chances, we didn't really do anything. You know, Casey Palmer, the shot on goal, wasn't really much. Leon Bailey hit off for the post. But other than those two chances across the 120 minutes, right, Jamaica really didn't create anything. Congo, on the other hand, across the game, they scored one goal. They had one goal that was rolled offside, and they have a next chance in which they missed, right? Um, Plus, they also had that goal in the beginning of the game in which they scored, which was offside against two
Mm-hmm.
offside them in the game, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
About two offside,
Yes.
and they would have had maybe one and two other opportunities which they should have made something out of it, right? So really and truly, Jamaica didn't do enough. I think in phases of the game, we held possession well when Casey Palmer and Bobby Reid was off the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
But when we made those substitutions,
On the pitch or off the pitch? On the pitch. When Casey
yeah,
Palmer
when
on the
Casey
pitch.
Palmer and Bobby Reid was on the pitch, we
Mm-hmm.
held possession.
Agree.
I think they did well in that sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when the substitutions were made, we reverted back to Richard King hoofing the ball up long to Leon Bailey, which Leon Bailey is not no 6 foot player that's going to win the ball and bring it down
Mm-hmm.
for
Mm-hmm.
us to retain the ball. And you're chasing a deficit of 1-0. We don't have a target man up top. We can bring it down again. So you're not really going to get anything out of the game. And Congo is a very strong defensive team. Everything we put over the top, them win it. Richard King made 19 long ball attempts, I believe, and only 4 was successful. I think Pinnock made a little less, and maybe like
A
5
little
was
less. A little less. Let me give a Pinnock long ball to King's long ball. I think it's way less, not little. Let me give you a King. Long ball. No. It is a little less. It is a little less because Pinnock played 14 long balls. And connected 5 out of the 14, so 36%. So it is a little less. So let me give you credit. Yes, 19 to 14. Yes.
You know, that wasn't really a way to get back into the game in any way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? So in that sense, we lost it there, right? But big up to Casey Palmer and Bobby Reid. I think they had a good game. But the bigger issue at hand, JD, right,
Mm-hmm.
is that we have not qualified for the World Cup in 30-something years. You know,
Yes.
you would have seen Jamaica qualify for the World Cup.
Yes, I did. I did went to the stadium.
we're talking about the fact that a couple years ago, when it would have been announced that USA, Canada, Mexico would have been hosting the World Cup and they would have been in the World Cup automatically, news would have broke that Jamaica would have maybe had a much easier path to the World Cup. The only thing that we could ask for at that time was a favorable group, in which to some degree we did get a favorable group to make it to the World Cup. Trinidad, Bermuda, Curacao, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we never make use of it. We took the harder route. Also, never make use of it, right? Go up against a better team. So we lost out, right? Now, watching the interview with Mr. Speed, and hearing Mr. Speed said that one thing that he was glad for, that everybody on the bench was essentially Jamaican, having Jamaican mother and father.
Mm-hmm.
And then went on to further state that his biggest takeaway from this campaign was that we should stick to our own. JD, in any business, in some sense, would we like for our own, in terms of Jamaicans, whether yard and abroad, to be coaching the national team? Of course, right? But are we at the stage now where we have enough qualified individuals in terms of our own to coach the national team? In my opinion, no. Right? And if we're talking about individuals in Jamaica, then hell no. There's no qualified individuals living in Jamaica right now to take the national team forward. And if Mr. Speed thinks he is the guy to take them forward, then I don't really have the belief that he is the guy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To hear Mr. Speed say that the reason why he played Martinique was because they played New Caledonia 3 times, but he didn't announce that. We're using Martinique as the measuring stick to go up against New Caledonia. Really? How much of those guys that would have been selected from that camp against Grenada and Martinique even touched the pitch in those 2 games? None.
Yeah, and we had said it. We had said it before the game played. That none. What is the purpose? Is it that you're going to try and get experience from the game with you and your coaching staff, or you're trying to look for pieces? Because we know that none of them will get called, and in the end, none of them actually played. None at all. Exactly, none at all. Yes, so you're correct. You're correct.
Yes.
Football Guru said that Jamaica was the better team. Football Guru, because you said Jamaica completed more passes. So let me educate you with football, because everybody that I'm talking with are honest, qualified people. See, you realize here, I want you to look at heat map. The heat map, look at heat map. So even though Jamaica have position, because that tell you what the position is. That tell you what the position is. You look at the entries. Jamaica had 102 entry. They completed 51 of the 102. Congo had 99 out of 164 out of the entry, 60%. So you realize that Congo had a clear 60 more entries than Jamaica with less position. You know why? Because this is what you just said, 33 to 22. You realize Jamaica had the ball to start with. They are the ones under pressure, so they had to start the ball, and that's why they come into their half. So 95% of Jamaica's ball was actually in their own half. Football Guru. So please, my brother, sometimes you can just be rational and come out of your bag of Jamaica. Just stop. The facts is there. Every sensible human being can stick. Even, honest to God, even Mr. Speed literally said that the next team was a better team, and they had to play a specific way how to get the job done. So why are you coming here trying to sell a narrative? Not one person on planet Earth, aside from you, think that Jamaica was the better team in that game, including the people that's playing and the coach that's coaching the game. Brother, just stop. Just stop. Because people like you are the ones that will come and sell us the narrative to say that, oh, we need to keep it to our own, and not to say, let we have a structural plan, how to reach forward, and then pick a person that can truly lead Jamaica to success. And I'm talking a person that 433 that can bring us to success at all levels. So we want a football man, not a just a coach for the main team. A person like Rene Simons, a director. Jamaica need a football director that has a plan, and the plan trickle down from youth 17s straight up to the national team. You let me know if people in the chat agree with that. I think that is a plan. Spain uses it. United States uses it. It's kind of getting faded out in United States because of because United States have a similar problem like Jamaica. They don't really like overseas players. You understand me? So like London, Donovan and those dudes, they don't like the overseas players them. So that is a slight problem. But in order for them to be successful, United States still use a program 4-3-3. You cannot go away without a program. A person that comes in that can take the players them from youth 17s straight up. It cannot work. This story of you
But
just be a
then
yeah, go ahead.
I've said this, when Andrew Peart was appointed, right? It was said that he would own and control the youth teams, and I was saying normally when somebody gets implemented in that position, them kind of oversee everything from the top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the top does, the bottom follows. At any club level, at any international level for countries, that's what you typically find. The template is set at the top, and everybody below that kind of follow it. You know what I'm saying? So it's one set philosophy. So why is it that Andrew Peart isn't given the power to like oversee the senior team as well?
No, because that's the problem. Because he's just put in position because the next person that can't take 50 position, he has to put somebody else in that position so he can just still do whatever he wants to do with his
Without
position that he
anybody
wants to
like
target.
saying anything to him.
Yes. So that's why you don't want a person that comes from overseas, that is educated in football, that will come here to do his job. And don't remember, people. I respect Mr. Speed, people said it's me convince him to actually take the Jamaica job. And I remembered the day when he came on after doing well with Cavaliers, and I asked him. I never said he was the first runner up, but I don't know if it's me bringing it in his mind because people send me clip. I know he laughed when I said that, and he said, a lot of other countries want me to coach for them, And I said, yeah, man, you're doing a good job and stuff. But Mr. Speed also said that he rather sold a player than make a World Cup because he believed that he can do more with the money to spin it back around and help Jamaica in the long run. So maybe Mr. Speed attitude is more of taking the longer road of him doing everything. Because remember, he said these things to us, And more likely, I don't think that is. I that means we have to rely on Mr. Speed to be 100% good at football for Jamaica to be successful. You agree? 4-3-3? Because that's a problem,
Yeah, to some
based
extent.
on
I
what
mean,
he's
in the
saying.
recent in the interview with TVJ, you hear him talk about his success in terms of coaching, education, and a lot of other things. So he has really propped himself up in terms of doing a lot of things for Jamaican football, and I guess rightly so because it was his position and he implemented these things. But when you look at the JFF in terms of who does most of the work across the footballing landscape, then it's Mr. Speed. So I guess we just have to rely on him. And based on my interpretation of the interview, it sounds like is full speed ahead in terms of him being the coach of the national team.
Yes, I
Because
think so. I
if you
think
put
so.
if you put speed aside and he's making the statement that he thinks that we should stick to our own, right? Again, if the assumption is that it's someone from Jamaica, aside from Mr. Speed, who do you think is qualified to take the national
The
team right
people I'm
now? Because
qualified, the people I'm
because
qualified
on
at
top
this
of them,
point, they're not going to put Tapa
yeah,
back in. Tapa is not going to
no,
be in.
exactly.
So
So other
no,
than Tampa, who's not
no,
gonna go back in? You
you
just
have
look
you
at
have to
Mr.
go
Speed,
overseas. You have to go overseas. So you have to go for Tyrone Marshall, Ricardo Gardner, Ricardo Fuller,
Morgan,
and what happened?
Marcus Bingo.
Ricardo Fuller and the current administration doesn't seem like they are because remember I remember when I just came here, I was the one calling out the ex-players them to stop whole the Jamaican federation at ransom, trying to tell people that they want 13,000. And Ricardo Gardner and those guys, Ricardo Fuller and those guys are the ones who are picking up for the players them. So they seem like they don't really like the federation. Ricardo Fuller, I think they don't want to hire somebody and put them in that position that have so much power. Ricardo Gardner and Fuller will have so much power. Mr. Speedham won't be relevant. You understand me?
Yeah. But it's a sad thing in a sense. As I say, we failed to qualify for the World Cup, and the question everybody's asking now: how do we move forward in this sense? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even look forward to 2030. I'm looking short term. What does this team transform to in the Nations League? What is our expectation as a fan base for Nations
I
League?
think you have a pool. So for the immediate part, you have to work with what you have. So you have a pool of players. You're going to work with that, but you still have to put something in now because you need to have a structure. You cannot start building the house from the top. Obviously, the players them from England will always be there, and they are the best players then. But you still need a system to put the players in. So
But
regardless of,
JD,
yeah,
my last point before we leave, like say when you're in a Jamaica, if you like feel 16 or fifth form, right? If you feel like one subject, you can go back and do it after, right? From an
yes,
18 class or whatever.
mm-hmm.
So the question would be, what will I do now in the next 6 months to pass that CXC exam when January 4th, right? Because I think that's the reset time. The reset time. So now Jamaica failing to qualify for the World Cup in 2026. What will we do now up until when the next qualification round start? This time them say what 6 teams can qualify, and the USA and Mexico
No,
it's again.
you have to still wait until this World Cup finishes. Then they're gonna come out with a different module because you never may know
But
what it.
my point is, what will the JFF do from now to give us the confidence or put the team in the coming years in a good position to hopefully qualify for the World Cup? Because them lose the people right now,
Yeah, I know, and that's why we're doing the video here. But I'm saying the only thing can bring it back is to come out with a big book, explain what will happen and each positions and what the functions of these people are. That's what you need to do, and it needs to be structured exactly like all other civilized actual countries. Because this come like it's like, sorry to say, but the countries have dictators. That's how it sounds like now. You understand me? Because you are deciding for every position. You shouldn't. Remember, it's a country's football in 4-3-3. These guys should not be having this monopoly over everything. It doesn't work like this in any other country. The country
Each
should
person
have a
must have
pull.
their own position and work in that position in a sense.
Yes, so I think what we need is the story of we should stick with our own, no one, because our one is not bright enough to take us to the next level. Our one is bright enough to play with ourselves. But to go to the next level, we have to play against other people. And our own is not bright enough at this moment to take us to the next level 4-3-3. So we need a technical director, a real technical director, a person qualified that built football teams before. You can go out there. It might cost us a lot, but that man will come with the job for that man will come with the purpose of building Jamaica's football. You know what we keep on doing 4-3-3? Hire a coach that is qualified and force them in that position to try build Jamaica's football. You realize that? Every coach will hire, we try to turn them in a technical director without paying them to be a technical director. We need a technical director.
Growing up in Jamaica, them always tell me, say, oh, don't take shortcut because shortcut we lead a life to being short, And essentially, that's what Jamaica did in terms of trying to take the shortcut to the World Cup, and it cut with life, And when you look at a lot of countries, they're going for experienced individuals that have success in either being a technical director or a coach. You look at the Curacao them over the years.
Yes.
And you look at a good country in Indonesia that was once under the reign of the Dutch. Right, they're bringing John Herdman, and before John Herdman, I think they had that Barcelona guy and the guy from Netherlands again. So they put things in place that whenever they leave, other people come in that is competent, just as them, to kind of lead it forward. And
thank you. Well said. Well said, 4-3-3. Because look at this, 4-3-3. Before you run, Canada is the older of the whole licenses program. And they are the Tagliani or whatever his name is, Mangione or whatever his name is. He is the leader of the CONCACAF. Why they hired an American to come and take over the team? And that American trying to build and develop because he's qualified 4-3-3. So to come out and say these things about you need to believe, you need to stick with your own. These are some racist ass behavior, People getting away with in the blood. That's disrespectful,
Again, as we said, if we had qualified individuals and more than one say Jason going to coach national team, I mean, say Jason have a UEFA B license and him have success, then fair enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But in terms of listen, in terms of football, JD, I don't think will ever be the case where you stick to your own because you want success. Success doesn't come down to skin color or who born yourself. It just comes down to who competent. You look at England, for example.
It's a German coach in England, exactly. A Canadian coach, a American coach in Canada, a Argentinian coach in America. So what are we talking about, blood?
If you look at the club structure in England, there's other than Eddie Howe and maybe Graham Potter to an extent, there's not really
But they are
power
not
coming
getting the
from
England
the
job.
elite.
Believe me, you could have
Yes,
talked
they're
to the
not.
blue. Them not getting the England job. Nobody giving them no job. The best job him can get a Newcastle job. Believe me.
But
Yeah.
look
But
at the system.
yeah, man, big up yourself. Respect for the call, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So people, sometimes we have to look deeper, man. I respect Mr. Speedem for what, not for everything. Because I respect the way he runs Cavaliers and what he's trying to do for Cavaliers. But I don't respect these nationalistic claims that he's making because it's coming on off borderline just flat out racist. And it's not adding any sense because the story that he said that, oh, all of the countries them that get success, or majority of the countries them that get success has their own people. That is not true, blood. The 28 out of the teams them that actually are going actually don't have their country's coaches. So why are we saying these stories? They are not true. So Mr. Speed, sometimes we have to understand that the news is not only skewed to Jamaica. It is also outside Jamaica. These can come off racist, man. So you have to come out and clear the ear and what you meant by that. And to be honest, you don't have the grounds to say that we should stick to our own because you have not done better than the previous coach. To be honest, yes, maybe the previous coach would have conceded 3 more goals in the same game, but it's just all down to luck why Jamaica never conceded 3 more goals. If the guy just held back because Jamaica wasn't doing anything, it would have been a tapping that's 1-0. And once they scored 1 goal before 10 minutes, Jamaica getting 4 or 5 in that game. It wasn't going any other way because once Jamaica decided that they're going to try and come out, it was just Congo alone attacking. And as you can see by the metrics, Jamaica did pretty much nothing. It was only Congo alone attacking because they are winning back the ball instant. So you cannot attack. So Mr. Speed never had the ability to really break down Congo and hold on to the ball to try and attack. Jamaica in the last 21 minutes, look here, people. In the last 21 minutes, let we shrink it to the let we shrink it because we can get the final half them, people. In the last 21 minutes, let we use the 2 extra times them. In the last 21 minutes, when Jamaica down, look at these numbers, people. Look at these numbers. Jamaica ain't doing nothing at all. Entries in the final third, 6 for Jamaica. When Jamaica losing, 11 for Congo. All right? And let me go to the next half now when we have to push everything to the fan. I swear I saw Congo doing more than Jamaica. All right? So Jamaica had 10 entries. Congo had 9. And Congo is the one that had 3 big chances in the last second. One that they should have dribbled past Blake, he kicks it over the top. One that he strokes it to the left post and Blake make a world-class saves. These are all things that took place in the game. So it was Congo leading, and Congo is the only team that could have scored to go to the next 2-0, and not Jamaica scoring to make it 1-1. So the story of we played good. It's only 2 players can come off this field and say that they deserve to be on this field. Only 2 players. You could give some other players half ratings. Only Ethan Pinnock and Andre Blake deserve to come off this field and say that they deserve to be a part. Only Ethan Pinnock and Andre Blake. You could say Casey Palmer and Bobby Reed tried. Leon Bailey tried in spurts. But that's it. We should not sell these narratives, man. Mr. Speed, you don't have any rights to come out and be like this. Hello, good afternoon, caller. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, JD. Good morning. What you talking about afternoon?
We're talking about
Over the top.
all
One
right.
that he
Can you mute the thing?
Yeah.
We're
It's
talking
fine.
about
It's
Mr.
fine.
Spade remarks about we need to just stick with our own. So pretty much he's saying that if he's not getting the job, somebody else need to get the job from enough East Circle or Jamaica. And I am saying that we never played good. So Because remember what he did now, all of his minions, them, starts to come out and say that Jamaica did decent because everybody said Jamaica would have gotten a four. But I'm telling people why Jamaica never got four. It wasn't Jamaica stopped themselves from not getting four. It was Congo missed the chances them from not giving Jamaica four. So you can't take credit for them missing the chances them. So I had to refresh people memory to tell them that these things happen in the game. So don't let people come and fool you and then hold our football in for hostage for the next 50 years. So this is just because they want what they want because it's beneficial. But you can't do the country like that, man. They are not the right persons for the job, man. We have to be honest, man. They are not. That is my take. Don't know if you want to tell us something different. And we have a next hope to believe on.
Well, I know you're crashing out and things, but
no, I'm not crashing out. I am seeing, Carla, if you listen to me, I was seeing. I am a cerebral person. I am not getting angry. I just pull up the facts, and you can't rewrite the facts on the screen, Carla. But go ahead. I'm not going to speak. I'm going to give you the mic, all right?
For the last 3 coaches of the Jamaican national team, how many of those coaches were international coaches?
For the last 3, 2 out of them are international. 2 out of them.
International coaches. So for the one cycle, we have 3 coaches.
Yes.
2 is international and 1 local.
Yes.
And we failed. All 3.
No, one was one. No, Carla, I never want to interject, but you can't just move over it. Grimmy was a success. Because Grimmy came 3rd in the Nations League. We're not going to the best football Jamaica ever played against Panama.
I can recall the whole internet was crashing out about Grimmy.
It's football in style. It's football in style. But don't yes. But we didn't get a better style here. So what are we talking about? You're so funny.
I'm just pointing out the facts here. We had 3 coaches, 2 international, 1 local. They all failed.
No, they all not fit, Carla. That's a problem, Carla. They not. Grimmy never failed, blood. The man left us in first place in the World Cup qualifiers and made.
You say he gave up.
Yes, he gave up. So we say 1 for 1 then. 1 fail and 1 fail. 1 for 1. 1 for 1.
1 fail, 1 gave up, 1 take the helm with 2 games to
go. all right, Carla, go ahead.
I'm just bringing some perspective to the whole conversation here, right? Because I can see from both points. Like Mr. Speid was in charge of hiring and firing and putting together the whole system, as you and 433 was discussing. There needs to be a system. However, one could argue that there's a system in place, and Mr. Speid was making that point in his post-discussion tape earlier. I saw it this morning, where he was going on with his resume, what he did, and all of that kind of stuff. So that could be the groundwork, the foundation to move forward if the country is moving forward with Mr. Speid. Now, that's an if, because you got to look at what's the alternative. I care little to zero about Mr. Speid, but what's the alternative? If you're going to move Mr. Speid and Mr. Ricketts out of the way,
what's the alternative?
That's going to open the door for Mr. Butler and his regime.
What you talking about, Mr. Butler? Mr. Butler, nobody know. Mr. Butler no have a license, brother. Nobody not talk about Mr. Butler. The alternative.
Regine. When there was the presidential election, Mr. Speid and Mr. What's his name? Ricketts?
Yes.
Was on one side, Mr. Butler and another guy was on the other side.
Yes. Yes.
So that's the alternative.
No, that is we cowering our way into giving a dictator a position to say that next man is worse. No, we have capable people right around. If we desperately want to get Jamaicans, we have capable other people. We have Ricardo Gardner, Ricardo Fuller. What we're suggesting.
All right. Hold on. Stick up in. I know Ricardo Gardner, Ricardo Fuller, great ambassadors for the game. They played well, etc. But it's going to come back down to the same thing. Those are 2 named new coaches that hasn't been proven to the wider community. So we're going to end up back in the same Tapa, Speid, debacle
No, but
where
I never said coaches. I said technical director. They are they have gone through IS. Ricardo Fuller and Ricardo Gardner more experienced than Butler and Mr. Speed combined. Each one of them individually, and they have a higher
I
license than both of them. So what are you saying? So because Mr. Speed get 2 games now, he more qualified than the next man, them were actually are doing them
I've
license in
never
Europe
said
and played in Europe for
I
10 decades.
hold on. I've never said he's more qualified than them.
Yes. No, but you say we are putting
However,
ourselves in the same
listen,
position, Carla.
yes, because I'm just looking at. Remember, to become the president of the JFF, internationals have no say in that matter. It's the parish presidents vote on that.
Oh
So
yes,
it's a
okay, okay.
Jamaican-led thing.
Yeah, but
So if you
Carla, I never said anything about voting and presidents. I'm saying technical. I was talking on football's part. That's why I said a technical director for the football, a head pro, like what Rene Simons had. He had the full autonomy to build a structure from 17 come up.
uh-huh,
That's what I was talking about.
uh-huh.
Not nothing to do with
But
politics, man. Real football.
but you're not looking. Yeah, you're not looking at the holistic view of the thing because that's what most of us who live overseas is not looking at is you cannot put together a program that leaves out the natives on the land out of it because the natives on the land that's who have the power.
Okay,
The power is
fear.
given to the people in the JFF by the native people that lives on the land. So when you're complaining, when we are complaining about 4 persons on the team that is out of the JPL that not gonna see the field, make no sense we complain about that because people from the outside cannot vote on who gains power in the country.
Okay, okay,
So
Carla. Okay, but
those spots will always gonna
but
be
Carla,
there.
Ricardo
So
Gardner
it
and
makes no
Ricardo
sense.
Fuller, a Jamaican band.
Of course, they're Jamaican born, but they're far removed from Jamaica in the sense that they, we don't see. If you're, I'm living in the States, and I'm not hearing a big wave creating about them from where I'm at here. So that means you're living in Europe, so
Mm-hmm.
you have you have a closer ties to what
Yes,
they're going
yes,
on
yes,
with.
that is true.
And to be truthful, I don't really follow soccer that closely enough to kind of know about those guys. That's what I'm saying. They don't have a visual imprint to command that respect that that clout that is
Ooh,
needed to
damn!
draw the whole thing together.
Oh
You know what I
my
mean? So
God! So, Carla, did you ever saw
right.
FIFA or CONCACAF call Mr. Speed to come and draw a game, or they call Ricardo Gardner or Ricardo Fuller? So, what you mean, clout? These guys are doing things. I saw them analyzing games with FIFA. I've never seen Mr. Speed.
Uh-huh.
I saw them pulling, doing draws for the Jamaica draw. It's Ricardo Gardner, dear blood. Carla, yo,
So
Carla.
I'm taking it that you're highly invested in Ricardo Gardner
Oh my
getting
God.
that.
No, no,
That's what I'm getting from
no,
you
Carla. If you
is
get
that
somebody else that's qualified.
anything but Mr. Speed,
Oh,
anything but
Carla,
Mr.
no, no,
Speed.
no, 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 no. Carla, Jesus Christ, you can't
Yes,
talk in absolute blood. That's if you don't listen to what I'm saying. No, I said
I'm
because.
listening to you.
All right. Let me repeat back to you, Carla. Let me
I
repeat.
want to take you off the fence. I want you to come
No,
off the
yes,
fence.
so me I gotta tell you what I'm gonna repeat to you because you never listened to what
Yes.
I had said. I said Mr. Speed came out and said something which is wrong because he said, "Oh, we need to just work with our own." Based on what he did, I have debunked that we never played
Uh-huh.
good. We never played good, and the 1-0 is a flattery for Jamaica. And it looked like if we had lost the game, it best we lost 4-0 so we can get rid of some of these people because what they're saying don't make any sense. So if we are going to lose 1-0, better we lose 4-0. So he couldn't come and say this foolishness. So my point is, if we're gonna stick with our own, because that alone we're interested in our own, our ego is just so big, and there's no facts to it. Why we can't go up at the top of the food chain and pick the best of our own? And the best of our own is not Mr. Speed or nobody in Jamaica. The best of our own have to leave Jamaica to educate ourselves to become the best of our own, because the education is not in Jamaica to become the best of our own. So anybody that will be the best of our own will have to leave Jamaica to achieve that. And that's what Ricardo Gardner, Ricardo Fuller, Tyrone Marshall, and all of them did. That's what all of them did. So why you're going to penalize them to say that, oh, because they're overseas, they are far removed out of our culture. Oh, we are going to actually achieve anything in life if we don't come out of Jamaica and go improve.
I'm not penalizing the guys. I'm just saying, from where I'm sitting, I don't hear them making any waves. So your ears is more to the ground than I am. So you'll know some stuff that I might not be.
Yes, so don't. Remember, I'm rebutting your points to say that me just say anybody would before Mr. Speed. Remember me and this program, them say me convince Mr. Speed to turn the coach, you know. Because before that, nobody talked about me asking I said, Mr. Speed, you do good, you know. What if you're in a bad position and you don't think you would take up the coach? And him say, you know, other country call me, you know, and stuff about the coach, you know. So I have nothing against Mr. Speed. He would be on the list of people.
But JD, before this Congo game, you know, I listened to you. I might not call in a lot, you know, but I listen a lot. And you came down on the fence where Jamaica is gonna get 3-4.
Yes, I came down on the fence that Jamaica is going to lose the game. No, but listen to me. I never came down on the fence of losing the game. I said exactly word. I said the only way Jamaica win this game is 1-0, and it's going to come off of a set piece. But anyway, Congo win this game, it's going to be looking like a 3-1, 4-0 type of game. So answer me now. Answer me now. Did it not look like a 3? Answer me, Carla. Did it not look like it could have easily well be 3-0 because they got the chance and missed the chances? Them
before the game. But when the game was going on, I have to give Mr. Speed credit.
Yo, Carla, I don't know what Mr. Speed doing in the Carla, but me I tell you, Mr. Speed liar blood.
no, Mr. Speed don't do anything. I'm watching the game.
Okay.
And I see, does Mr. Speed play midfield?
No.
Specific. Does Mr. Speed play center attacking midfield?
No, but he may play right centre back either.
Hold on, let me ask 3 questions, no man. Let me ask the question.
No, because you try to set me up.
I'm just saying.
Oh God.
Does Mr. Speed play right midfield?
No. No. Okay.
Does Mr. Speed play left midfield?
No.
Those are the 3 areas that is responsible for creating attacking plays to give the forward. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yes, wouldn't I agree? You want me to bring up the stats and show you where all? Can I bring up the stats on the screen? Carla. Oh, all right. Yeah, continue, Carla. Go ahead. Because I was going to show you that the guys them got starved at the ball.
I'm not finishing. I want you to bring up the stats.
Yes, and then you're gonna see that the guy them get starved off the ball, and then no, you just a make up story say who play right and left. No. Carla. I'm gonna put up the stats and show you. The stats is going to go up on the screen and show you. It said right and left midfield. So you're talking Bobby Reed and KC Palmer. Those are the 2 guys you want to say.
No.
Yeah, but those are the guys automatically reach in the right and left midfield. If you're going to say right and left wingers, right and left wingers are different.
JD, stop. Let me stop you. Let me stop you.
Who are you talking then? Call the names and then say right and left wingers so we know if you talk Leon Daly and Campbell. No, so just tell where you talk. No, we have the thing on the screen here.
The team was set up in a 4-2-3-1.
No, that's your next problem again.
Yes.
No, it was not. It was not.
on paper, remember, when I see the team sheet came out, I said it's a one pivot. But the way they played, it wasn't a one pivot. It was a two pivot. It was a double pivot.
Carla, it
When
was
Congo
not no
played
two
out.
pivot. It was not no two pivot. They were trying to play a 4-3-3. That's what they were trying to play the whole time. Congo just pushed back the players them and they got unorganized and then they're looking to the coach every single damn time. So that's why you had KC Palmer had to forcefully drop deeper and then Bobby Reed clutching beside them. So you
Oh,
had a three in line. You had a three in line, and none of them
hold on,
exceeded each other. None of them because they are getting pushed back.
you're making my point for me. You're making my point, because what I'm seeing from the game is I'm seeing two center defensive midfielder at work in the game. But our left wing had problems with Wan-Bissaka.
Yes,
Our right wing
had problem with Masuaka.
minutes
Yes.
has had the worst stat ever known to any player who played in that game. So, and those are the creative players who need to play the forwards in.
Okay, but Carla, we're everybody are people just have to wait for you to just say something against the actual truth of the match. The truth of the match was one player, Richard King, not no Leon Bailey, not no Aiden, not no Reed, not no Palmer. This is the human being, and you're gonna see stats now. This is the human being that created all the problems on the field. All see the human beings, yeah? Okay, all right. But you get every chance, Carla, to just tell the truth. You blame everybody, Lee and Bailey.
You want to walk me down a part that is not the right part.
Oh
God! We're going to a destination, and you want to take shots.
No, you beat the midfielders, them, Carla. That is sad, Carla, because the football start. Remember, Jamaica was under pressure, so every time it's gonna start from the goalkeeper to who, to who. No, but Carla, listen, no? Carla, are you, Carla, no, me not gonna make you get away with it. You blame the midfielders, them. So me ask you a question, Carla. Just answer, please. Answer honest. When the ball, Jamaica under pressure, right? Then it goes to the goalkeeper. Who it go to next? Oh God! All right, thank you. Stop, Carla, stop. Yes, you said the right thing. You go to the center box first. Yeah, let's stop right there. So why you said the midfielders them? So how much ball the center back gave to the midfielders?
Well, but all right. So you didn't see when the ball go to the midfielders before they pass it to the attacking midfielders. They pass it back to the center backs. Didn't you see all of that happening in the game?
What you said when it go to the midfielders, then pass it back to the center backs, them?
To the center back. Didn't you see all of that happening in the game?
If they are under pressure, because the screening is there. Because remember, you have Sadiki, you have Macau, and you have my boy Samuel. Those are three high caliber footballers. So they block the lanes well. Because they block the lanes well. So yes, they're forced. That is true, Carla. That is true. So when I give you back the ball, Carla, so when I give you back the ball, you have the most space on the field, which is Richard King. He had the most space on the field. So why he never just give the ball to Latibody here?
No, that is the tactical design to give it to
Yes, I know. That is the team. That is Congo's tactical plan here. That is Congo's plan here to give it to King,
To give it to King.
Yes, so that is well. I love your eyeballs. Honestly, no, you're seeing the game now. So why when King get the ball now, King have an extra option because remember Ethan Pinnock already getting locked off because Elia coming on right from the next side. So then they didn't want to risk it. So they give it to King. King have the chance to make two options: give it back to the goalkeeper or give it to Latibody here. Those are two free options at all times. At all times, the whole game.
I'm not defending him. So I don't want you to paint me in a corner like I'm defending King.
No, 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 no. At this point, if you wanted to defend King and you wanted to defend his speed, we kind of know which corner it is, and we can't say anything anymore. But so Carla. So with that said, now, so you see that the midfield blame that you're trying to push now. What? Oh, you can't blame the midfield when they are already under pressure with the screening. The forward line, the right and left wingers, them didn't get any option to get the ball none at all. The striker pinned between two players. So why you can't just make sure Masuaka or Macau has to come down on Latibodir by passing it to Latibodir so you can get more space off one of your actual players them. You know what King does? Kick the ball long. You know what you do now? You kill all angle because Congo had the 2-1 advantage in every department and you give them the advantage to continue coming back at Jamaica. You have to pass it to your goalkeeper, so that means the striker can press you or the goalkeeper or the winger can press Latibody so you can get one free body off. Those are natural football plays, brother. So you can't beat a midfield there. I'm very sorry, Carla.
JD, not in defense of King. However, when they recycle the ball back to the goalkeeper, did you see the Congolese or how you want to pronounce it?
Yeah, Congolese, yeah, Congolese, yeah.
Chase the ball.
Yes, of course. Yes, that's what I'm saying, Carla. They're going to press the goalkeeper. They're going to go to Blake.
Did you see them break their lines? Did you see the back four of the Congolese break their lines ever? And try to press us. No,
they don't. You have different type of press. What you're talking is off court, like you want off field press Jamaica. They never did that because that was not needed. But they pressed in twos. So every time Blake has the ball, they press down on Blake. So you get those two guys away from the actual other zones. Them that's their double teaming most of Jamaica players and zoning Jamaica players. That's my point.
You would rather King play around with the ball around.
Yes, don't spin. When England did a very good pressing midfield on Spain, what Spain did to take the ball, take the play from England?
That's another narrative I hear in the community all the time. We comparing ourselves to Spain.
No, I'm not comparing ourselves to Spain. I'm just talking reality. Just call on a caller.
Jamaica I will never say will never. We're far removed from playing like Spain or having the capability to play like Spain. So that narrative.
But Carla, I never meant it that way, Carla. All I'm saying is natural function. Remember, we have 11 players versus 11 players. So if one player move off out of the double team, that is you getting Liam Bailey freer. So everybody is connected on the field. So if King kicks the ball to a man that already have a person screening Liam Bailey and Tuanzebe marking him, how the hell he's going to get the ball? They're going to win the ball 95% of the time.
JD. Did Liam Bailey get the ball? How many times? Pull up the stat. You have the stat. Right?
Yes, we have Liam Bailey right here. Liam Bailey never did good either. But I'm telling you why Liam Bailey never did good.
I'm not talking about doing good. I'm talking about how many times did he receive the ball?
He received the ball. As what we see here. He received. Let me. Those are touches. I want the touches, not the passes. So let me give you how much he received the ball. One second. Let me minimize this a little so we can get more stats on the screen for the people. Yes. So the touches of the play he had 31 passes. His touches overall. One second. His touches that he has. Yes, his touches and passes overall was 31.
Okay.
And he completed 18 of those. He lost possession the rest.
Don't summarize it. He touches the ball 31 times, right? And you said his double team.
Yes.
About the 31 time.
About half of the 31 time because King is kicking away the ball half of his 31 time. So you have to.
Mm-hmm. So, me's not a big ball, but I 11 by 11, good for a match. And if one baller occupy two opponents.
Yes.
That means to set somebody free.
But I never said they're occupying two. I said screen, zonal press is different, brother. So that's what I'm trying to say to you. So they are still in the zone, but where you have to be so precise at
So
passing to get it through.
how do you break down a zone, JD?
How do you break down a zone? By
Yes.
actually keep retention of the ball and drop your players them always behind yourself. So you see if your wing back is actually in line with you, they have to drop deeper.
I don't hear you say the right. Yeah, I don't hear you say the right terminology. You have to be moving.
No, but I'm just telling you what. So you tell me what to do. Oh, I would have break the press, and I'm just explaining to you. Yes. Oh, you want me to use right terminology? Yes, you have to move because the left back, your wing backs them are gonna reach below you. No, must move them. Move, blood.
Of course, they're gonna move. So are you saying that if you have a caliber baller like Mr. Leon Daly, we're not going
Yes.
for Adam, so we're not gonna disrespect him. And him he is highlighted as a superstar, so no doubt he's gonna be targeted. The first thing that comes to his mind should be, if I'm double team, I'm gonna give this ball up fast, hurry, fast. I'm moving at space to get it back. And somebody are gonna be my double team. 1-2, wall pass. They're gonna take these guys on. The midfield, the center, the camp. You and the camp should be working in conjunction.
Yeah.
And those play.
Mm-hmm.
To move around and break down this turn defensive posture of this Congolese team. I don't see that from the baller, brother. I don't see that from the baller. So when you have to blame King, a little nobody where some people hype up say a big baller, but I hype that. Bailey is a big baller by standard and in resume. So the onus is on his shoulder to come on.
So
sure said him a big baller in them situation.
But Carla,
I don't try to put the blame on King. No.
But Carla, because I'm working for a footballing metric, and I said, look, for the ball to reach Leon Bailey, Lottie Bodier did drop back behind King to give him the angle. So he has all rights to pass it to him. So but Lottie Bodier did his job. You might be right to say that Leon Bailey should have come down a little bit more so that the midfielder, especially our defensive midfielder, which is Aiden, to come down now because he's gonna give you options now. So you might be right there, but Aiden did drop off. So you could blame Leon Bailey a little to keep sticking in one place and not moving good enough. That is true. But King never passed the ball to the player in the first place. So you could blame Leon Bailey after. So you can't blame Leon Bailey for action that King never made. Because maybe he was waiting on King to make the pass so the angles them can start set up so he can know exactly where to go. You can't blame him when the double stage action never happened before. That's what I am saying.
You blame it on King. All right, let's say you remove King out of the game and put somebody else in King's position. Low.
Yes, low.
That's King replacement. Low. What other beating you'd give Mr. Speid? Because looking at the game to me, for this round actually, are the best Mr. player according to Maverick.
Okay.
I'm gonna argue with Maverick on a lot of things.
Yeah, Maverick, that makes sense. Maverick, that makes sense. Maverick.
Them nullify the Congolese, which is a far better team than our team, which I applaud them for. They played up to what I expected them from the Jamaican team without a real playmaker on the team. In my assessment, the team lacked a playmaker, and that is why I'm beating Bailey, because in this team he is the playmaker.
Bailey's a winger. I don't think he's creating from nowhere. I think he's a play finisher in Jamaica's team. Maybe in Aston Villa's team, he's a play finisher, not a playmaker, in my opinion. Because you have Telemans them there that is creating for Leon Bailey. So Leon Bailey is not no playmaker.
Who's creating for Leon Bailey in this
Um,
national security.
it should have naturally be the three in midfield, but obviously we talked about. Remember, you have pressure zones, you know, and Jamaica was under pressure for the whole game. So clearly, that's why I'm saying we can take. We don't have to beat Liam Bailey so much because I think that the pressure takes away. It limits him to him have to be in isolated pockets and fight with Masuaka. And depending if he wins the ball, which most of the time Masuaka runs down Tiger and Lion, I don't expect Liam Bailey to get the ball every time. He's not faster than Masuaka. He's not stronger. So it's going to be a battle there. And that's where you wanted your midfield to advance at the pitch to get 1-2 actions. Liam Bailey never get any 1-2 actions, you know. And he still created something out of it.
That point up. Remember, I brought that point up.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not stealing a point, but because you never won, you come here, you call me, and you support Mr. Speid, and I try to tell you, say, we not for blame Mr. King.
I'm not supporting Mr. Speid. I'm disappointed in the fact that we're not going to be in the World Cup. And I don't want to say it, but about 4 years ago when we started this journey, that is what I call today. Because 4 years ago, when Whisper was in high school and Kareem was in high school, I came here, you know, and I said I'll drop Liam Bailey right now out of the team and take the 2 high schoolers, them, and you guys beat me to share.
Okay, and
to see that Liam Bailey,
yeah,
couldn't even get a 6 for scoring at the game.
Oh. Yeah, but what was he? So hold on, you think Spider get 0? You think Spider get 0 or Kaim Dixon either get 0? Okay, so then why you disrespect the next man? The man go up against a professional lion run up and down man. And the man run up and down. You don't. Hold on. You did not see what 1 minute. You did not see Masuaka run past every Jamaican player and create it. No, I'm asking a question. Did you not see Masuaka run past Liam Bailey, Aiden, Lati Bodier, and pass the ball past on the penalty spot? So then you know, sister, the man have only by energy. the level of behavior where you have. Yeah, I think he's faster and stronger than everybody else. He's just fast.
I got you guys telling me no blood.
No, I never sell nobody the truth. I never sell nobody that story of Jamaica being fast and strong. I told you that these African teams are faster and stronger than Jamaica blood. We saw them play Jamaica every time, and we never look faster than them ever. One player like Cephas might look fast against an individual, but when he comes on to the match.
Cephas still come on and do pretty well.
Yes, no, Cephas was last for 30 minutes, blood. Cephas touched the ball one time in 30 minutes. And then they put him out wide after we conceded. Carla.
Oh, the same thing for a long time.
Oh, you'd have put him out there. Because you'd have put on Jamal Low and then take off Liam Bailey and put him on for Liam Bailey.
Liam Bailey 45 minutes in this again.
Okay, all right, Carla. Me hear you. All right, so Carla, you get 30 odd minutes here. You done me 2 hours here. Jesus Christ. All right, but you give your point, and it's fair. You give your point. I don't agree with you because you need to go back and watch a game, and then when you call me about the next show, make sure you have all of the facts them, and not just come to beat Liam Bailey alone. All right, big boss, respect. Yeah. Yeah, man, the man does want to rub out Liam Bailey and him say Mr. Speid. You know, because the other man never do nothing. 1 second, Pastor, I'm going to call you back. Oh, God. People, I think this is the only call I can take after this because I said 2 hours and then I have to get some things done because I have to get food for the kid, you know? Yeah. So 2 hours maximum, all right? See if I touch the ball because Congo drop off. Yes, truth. Yes, we know. You know, but you know the man. It's tough. It's tough. That's why we know that Mr. Speid will stay on and they will stay in position for longer, and Jamaica's sadness will continue for a longer time. Good afternoon, Pastor. How are you doing?
Yes, this afternoon where you are. Still morning where I am.
Oh, okay, still morning.
But good morning. Good morning. I have a challenge, and the challenge continues even. Oh, good morning to everybody in the chat. the challenge continues with even the callers that is on this program this morning.
Mm-hmm.
It's either they are ignorant, meaning they did not watch the games, or they are dunce, meaning they don't know what is supposed to happen in the game, or they are liars, or they are men pleasers. JD, it is full time for people to make truth the foundation of what they're saying. We don't need to be covering for anybody. Everybody watch the football match. Jamaica is not a football country. And everybody else in the world sees it different than these postulators, men pleasers, liars. And I'm going to say ignorant fools that continue to perpetuate the same foolishness. Jamaica's best is not in Jamaica as it relates to football. Jamaica's best is not in Jamaica. And everybody that seeks to posit this, you're either dumb, blind, or a fool. You have no sense in football. And I'm not apologizing for being this harsh. The reality of the situation is the rest of the world, the footballing nations of the world, all have the best football minds from Jamaica in them. Some of them were born on the island in Jamaica. Some of them were born to their heritage persons. Their parents were born in Jamaica. Jamaica's best is not on the island. Not Mr. Speid, not Mr. Ricketts, not in football management, not in football coaching, not in football playing. Jamaica's best is not on the island. And that is more than just a football fact. That's a legal fact. The best is not on the island. Stop this foolishness. King is playing for Jamaica now for about 2 years. I have been saying the same thing, debunking the foolishness. You see, people like Cranky, Ryan, Jason, let me call those three because they are probably the most out there, that every squad they name King in it, despite what I have been pointing out, the lies that they tell people I've been pointing out. King is not a defender. He does not control the ball if there's a defender moving toward him. He doesn't want the ball in his presence when there's a defender moving towards him. King don't have a defensive mindset. King is incompetent at best. He doesn't pass well if there's a player coming towards him. And he does not have a good sighting of the playing field either. Because from the beginning of the game, I've had time to watch it now, because I didn't watch it live. I've had time to watch it now. From the beginning of the game, when Hayden or any of the midfielder pass the ball to King, it gives King 3 passes because the midfielder don't pass the ball and stand up. The midfielder passes the ball and goes in position to give him a playback. He has Lakibodier to his right and he has Andre Blake behind him. And he knows that the defender can't get to Andre Blake because the defender hasn't yet reached him. But he doesn't want to be tackled. And everybody blaming the team, everybody else playing bad. The bad in the team is Mr. Speid selecting King. King is the worst defender, and I can say it because I have watched other defenders. He's the worst defender ever to play for Jamaica. And everybody that say King have a good game anytime at all, you're a liar. You lied. And once you lied once and you perpetuate it, you do it over and over again, you become a liar. You're not a liar for telling a lie once. You're a liar when you repeat it. And Cranky and Jason and Ryan, stop the belly aching on YouTube about what went wrong. You are a part of what went wrong. You promoted King, say King is a good player, King is a good passer of the ball. King have good skills, and he have level. All of that is rubbish from day one. I have been telling you. Any defender that can take a tackle cannot be labeled a defender. King don't want nobody rushing towards him. He don't want the ball at his foot in traffic. And that is why he runs out of position to try to compensate for his incompetence every single time.
Yeah.
DR Congo should have closed out that game in the first 25 minutes of the game. Jamaica lost that game. I told him if King played Jamaica lose by 3-0, the first 25 minutes of the game I am made to be a profit. DR Congo is up by 3 if they take their chances. It makes no sense. I heard you dissecting what should have happened. I tell people from day one when King started playing for Jamaica and they start promoting. And I went and I watched the game with pen and pencil and detail what the defender is not doing to be called a defender. And every single game, the last 10 games I watched King play for St. Miriam, is the same mistake that he's making from day one in the Jamaica team that he's making.
Yes, for St. Miriam, he's not.
This is the player that they promote.
Yeah, he doesn't really cut it. He's struggling in the St. Mirren team. Yeah, that is true. But based on what, because we kind of based the video around what Mr. Speid said. I think you need to go and watch it. Because he was saying that clearly what happened first is the narrative comes out that Jamaica did well because everybody expected them to get 4 or 5. Which is true. We expect them to get 4 or 5. That is true. But all I'm saying is the 4 or 5 never happened because of Jamaica being good. The 4 or 5 never happened because Congo never scored a goal. So, or are we taking credit for Congo never scored a goal? That means you gave up the opportunity for Congo to score. You understand me? So with that said, no. You agree with the statement that Mr. Speid making of, we should stick with our own. And I brought up some facts to say that all other countries, nobody has said them own, because America have an American coach, Canada have a Canadian coach, Panama have a Panamanian coach. So why them beat Jamaica? Them all beat Jamaica, and them have none of them things there. So why Jamaica need a Jamaican coach? So for people that want a Jamaican coach.
The way I started. That's why I started the way I started.
No, one second, Pastor. Let me just add the chat. So chat, you agree? Football reactor. You agree, Mr. Speid's statement of if we stick to our own, because he tried to give that statistic before, but the statistic is not right because I go back and check it on almost every team that qualified for the World Cup, aside from maybe South Africa change their coach to a non-South African. So almost every single one that qualified are not from the country. No Haiti, no Curacao, nobody at all. So what is this story of we stick with our own?
The biggest reason for that is that you cut out a national bias for selection of players. When you get a coach that is not from this nation, it is his job that he's working for.
That's what I said. That's what I thought.
Of the country.
That's what I thought. As
long as you take a coach from your nationality, you run the risk of having a national bias to the programs in that country. But only Jamaica alone, stupid enough and blind to that.
Yes, so that's my point. But that's why I'm asking if that, because that was the premise of the show. So we're trying to have a conversation to make the public know that they should go back and push on this story of just local and your own,
I have been listening to the program, and that's why I started the way I started. Jamaica's best, not in administration, not in coaching, not in directing, not in players, is not on the island.
Yeah, England don't have an England coach. So people, Spanish have a Spanish coach. Oh, yes, Spanish have a Spanish coach. Much people don't play like Spain. That's why Spain alone play the way they play. and more likely Mexico play the same way or Mexico plays. So you are going to only pick out two nations out of the whole 200 nations them to say that two nations alone
FIFA have 200, FIFA have what, 206,
yes
206 members?
are
And only
196
two of them are
no
national
100
coaches.
I think
And that
around
is what, that is
190 190 because some of them don't get their break away from their control country, is it? So around 188 or something like that. And
JD, if you're less than 1%, that is what you're gonna be your promise on? Less than 1%? What kind of rubbish is
they
that?
said France and Brazil have their own coach as well. They're same country. All right, cool. Belgium. Let me see if the Belgian because Belgium don't have it either. Belgium don't have it either.
It's not 5%.
Yes, it's not something.
It's not 5%.
Yes, we can't just make up them story, people. It's not right, man. Me no want to support Mr. Speed, because I don't know why, but I think I see that a lot of people want to support Mr. Speed, so maybe national pride or something. But
it's not that I don't. But JD, it's not that I don't want to support Mr. Speed. I will not support a lie.
But that's
Mr. Speed have my 100% support when he led the coaching staff in these two matches, because he was appointed to be the coach. So once that has been, but you making these statements, I'm not going to support that foolishness. You're telling a lie. No, go sir. You can't expect me to be supporting a lie. And this has nothing to do with the fact that I'm a pastor. It has something to do with the fact that I'm a human being and all my senses are intact.
Mm-hmm. And Belgium have a French coach. Belgium has a French coach, and all the other years they always use other nations. You had Thierry Henry them there with my boy as well, Martinez. None of them was Belgian. France got a French coach with great players in every position. Yeah, so and then Mr. J said he meant teams that have won the World Cup. He said that before many years back. I know what he said, Mr. J, but I am telling you that, believe me, he meant to stick with his own people, Mr. J. So if he meant that, Mr. J, to win the World Cup, what that meant. So, Mr. J, what you just said, what it actually means then, expand on it, Mr. J. Because maybe you're trying to give him some leverage. But everybody knows what he meant, Mr. Dre. Everybody knows what he meant. And I know, IMAX it, you are the problem. Real Scav said, I am the problem. Brazil have an Italian coach. So IMAX it is the problem. I am the problem. All right, thank you very much. Oh, am I the problem? No. I brought the facts and I said, boy, that's not the reality. So, I become the problem. All right, Pastor. Take care of yourself, my brother. I'm trying to wrap this show up, you know? All right. Respect. All right, so that is the Pastor, people. We are pretty much done out here. All right, waiting on Mr. Because you gave Speed the support to take the job. You guys kept saying that. I interviewed the guy when he won a competition, and I said, what is your goal? Because clearly you're achieving everything and you're doing good. So are you going to put your hat in the race, in a race, not come and dictate and take over everything? All right, you come in and dictate and take over everything is not a race. That is not a race, blood. You taking over something is not a race. That's what I said. I never gave him a job. I gave him an idea to say that maybe you can go out and get the job. You understand me? When you deserve it and put yourself in the hat. Not you killing every angle and then you take the job. That is not the right thing. Come on, man. Come on, real scab. That is different. Hello, good afternoon, caller. One second. You can go ahead now. Sorry about that.
All right. Yeah. So, bro, tell myself something I got.
Are you still call back? Me know it can't. It's gonna get you out. You know. Go ahead, big boss. And the man I make claims, brother. I may have to ask a question because I have to defend the future for Jamaica football. I mean, never gonna do no video either.
People them fool. Yeah, man, for them, not avoid every show, I'm not going to the show because, yo, joke something, bro. You see me? But, you know, I'm see I'm going to say, forward and listen.
Yeah, but the reason why I do the video caller, because me that do the post match, you know, me not do the post match. I'm saying me avoid it. Me not do no post match. Me not do nothing at all. Me gonna make them do them thing. But when me hear him come out and say, yo, we have to believe, we have to stick with our own. You know, him say everything right, you know, like, yo, the bigger opponent and, you know, the way or maybe people that want with approach it maybe couldn't be possible because clearly the spacing, which I've dictated that and say Congo was a better team and the spacing them, if Jamaica did actually try to play, which they did in the last 15 minutes, and that's where Congo get the empty chances, them and Blake and everything, and that's how the game would have looked from the first start of the game because they tried to come out with an attitude in the first 5 minutes and Congo score in the first 5 minutes. So they realize that they can't go toe to toe with them and then kind of screw themselves to a more, oh, let me stay in the game and get the counters them what we know we are good at. We sure know we're good at that. So that we stay in the game. You understand me? Yes. So I agree with him on that. But the story of stick with our own and kill every angle, for you have a good position to get back the job again. Me not really like that, Carla. Me not like that. It kind of hurt my feelings when him say it.
I really talk someone, but I don't normally agree with Pastor, you know. You see me? Because we have to question. But Pastor on point this morning with everything. You see me? King are the worst thing on the field. The worst thing. I mean, you know how what people are watch. Every team have one F. We see football different from other people, bro. It never make no sense. The tactics was stupid. They might play long ball on the wing to some short man who don't like ball in the ear. Against some tall giant. That never make no sense. We lose almost every single one of them ball, you know. All we do is give up the ball to come. The man even have to have 5 feet. If they play the game for give man them some time for running them thing, they maybe Congo that tired or
thank you. Because them had right. issues in the atmosphere. So why we never just pass the ball around a little bit more and then maybe their legs would have gone. Because they are big and strong. But obviously they're not used to here. You understand?
And that is speed. Speed and play football nowadays. We never feel different. That's why I master with speed in our coaching position. What speed I do that? Is it matter?
Well, he must stay, no?
The country,
the
country is so illiterate when it comes to football. It's sick, man, bro. You know what? Jamaica deal with majority of Jamaica don't really follow football. They don't even know when match I play. I tell you the truth, right? Some of them even know when match. You have to tell them say your match I play, and if they feel the vibes, them go. That's how they are. That's the honest truth, right? Even people who love football, them not follow Jamaica football, right? And me get on the part there too. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the thing is, the match I've said, they must work off a trend. Because right now the trend is to beat Bobby Reed after every game. All right?
Mm-hmm.
I realize that Bobby had some bad game before, but it's true. That name they went and them call it, and them get familiar with it. Every single time that I realize that take place on the social media right now. Even people who said they don't watch a game.
Mm-hmm.
I beat Bobby Reed, you know why? Because they get views, but it's all about trend, hype, and fun to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know,
Facts.
then nobody, them now say, yo, we're king though. You see me? Then I point out the other rubbish them.
I think every other player them could have give a pass. It's just I think King made everything bad in an entire team.
Yeah,
I agree with the caller. I think he is a sole. Even Leon Bailey, may we give a pass because as you said, you have a big thick human being in Masuaka there, and him have Tuanzebe there marking screening for Leon Bailey. You can't expect him to beat all 3 players every single time.
And Leon Bailey a player where we expect a lot from every game, right? But it's difficult. I'm gonna tell you why and the game I give him a lot of props. You know why? I see Leon Bailey a player defensively, right? I come back and I keep him zone as much as he can. You can say him, by the time Leon Bailey, you can say him done. And him still out there fight. And if them brother, sometimes if I them play, I'm gonna play for Jamaica, man. I tell you, for me, I'm gonna come back. If me I risk it all, yes, it benefit me of course, because I'm one playing the World Cup. But I can't say the man literally I give him all upon the field. Right? How the man bust and need to come off him and still I try fight. Yo, them people don't want nothing, bro. Them people literally come on the football. Them not care about the game at all. Them not love the game. You know what I mean? Them are just the hype, and that's why when the World Cup come, then just pick two sides with them feel like carry a hype and just want to be a part of certain things. So you're gonna see the bag of Brazil, the bag of Argentina, the Germany, the England. Well, maybe a few people say England and the France. You're gonna see the name them because they're just carrying a team for hype and to be noticed. That the government is gonna say, holy power man. Everybody just like all, they don't follow football, but when the World Cup come, everybody want to be a part of the World Cup. I just saw Jamaican look on football. They don't really believe in the knowledge of football. They don't really believe in supporting the team. They man the supporters. When they hear the fans them calling, man, after always cuss the team and just say they're not good. They don't know nothing about football at all. Nothing at all. They don't know about football.
Yeah.
So after them thing, brother, if I never want football, I'm not too far.
Yeah, man. After I'm not gonna even do the next video. I'm gonna just finish it right here on this one. And the post match analysis what I wanted to do. We'll just leave it, but because someone has said people dislike King because of the hatred of Speed. Earl, people literally say me give Speed the idea, Earl. To go and try to be a coach. I have nothing against Mr. Speed. I want Jamaican people to be the best version of himself. But you couldn't leave that field and tell me that any player was worse than King. King was the worst player on the field from both teams. Substitution, even Webster, because Webster started off good, saved one of Elias plays them, and then after he got beaten and got beaten again, and he still tried. King was the worst one because the Webster, when he got the ball, he puts it back in the box and tried to get a pass on. King was the only one kicking away the ball back to the guys them that's already attacking us. Earl, those things are very detrimental towards your legs. Because remember, it's ooh for legs, Jade faster. You understand me? So if you're giving back a next man the opportunity to come back at you, Earl, how can that be the age of Mr. Speed blood? The facts is there, So why we can't start the truth? Like, all right. So Sofa score 18. He had the most long balls and the worst conversion rate of the actual long balls that he passes. The same guy, that you said we are 8 because of Mr. Speed. See there, he had and his passing was 71 out of 84 from the back. 84. So that means every bad pass he gives, it is a opportunity. It is a opportunity for him to cast more on the team. We have to be honest to ourselves.
So you know what? One of the best part of the game we will play when time Casey Palmer take the ball and start carry it and start make 2 knock.
That's where we get that's where Bailey came into the game, and that's where the chance came from. Thank you, Carla. That's where the one chance for Jamaica came in the entire game. When Casey Palmer won a tackle, make the pass inside, get it outside to Liam Bailey. And then Liam Bailey tried to cut in, lost it because he had the double team on him same way. Then he cuts back in, whip it in, and then he go to back to the same Casey Palmer. Casey Palmer kicked the ball and it was blocked. That's the best thing Jamaica did in the entire game.
Why Speed an idiot and for the power now coaching staff. Right? I'm not talking about that no time at all. Speed an idiot. How the hell you going to play against Congo? Right? I say this long time. I say, yo, this a game going to be a game where it might be decided by set piece. I said that's from day one. Said we're going to ask a set piece game. Based on Congo player and based on only player. Right?
Man said that is false. That them across me. No, I'm gonna say this. It is false. Say King play the most long ball. Himself go for Latibodier. Latibodier plays 7 long ball, completed 1. That is bad. But King played is 19. 19 and 7 are the same, Carla. Me not understand.
Watch out now. So them play. So they no play the game and you know. Messi Speed goes to booms and make him take off. The next Bailey. And take off Mason. So some man where we do some fighting in our ear for the ball, because these men are kind of big in our body as well. Then we do some fighting, right? And he put on be a small forward, right? Be Be a smart forward and midfielder, you know.
And you not keep the ball on the ground.
Well, all right. Well, exactly. Right. So you never dare work with the tall man them and you put on some charter man. Right? Fine. Bro, the goal will get scored from me see, you know, the goal will get scored, you know. Cause you know, we see a mark Panzebi.
Yeah.
I say this is a mismatch. There's no way he can stop. He can stop Panzebi. No way. I dare me low for the on the field. I help out with them man there. Or even when we get the bag of car them, if we have Damian Low on the field, bro, I'm almost sure so I get one of them either on target or I put more effort. Every corner we take waste. Our stupid tactic is just speed up with the speed with us. Anybody have football stuff just speed to you, bro. Let it alone.
Yeah, man, I agree, man, and I understand people want to push back, and it's fair. That's why we don't run a bullyism. We want, that's why I made it a calling, you know. But I want to challenge your points as well because I want people to have a better understanding. Because Mr. Speed, I'm relying on people to believe these things so they can just control the football for the next 4 years. And I think we have to make sure Mr. Speed work hard for it and give everyone an equal opportunity. Even if it's Jamaican Barnes, he has to give everybody, put everybody in the pool, and then he gets picked after. You get me?
I know that cost King too still, but you know me feel like say a Speed as a King play every game still. I'm not gonna be on that, but I feel like say Speed specifically send him out there
to do that.
Because I don't see no other way when I start over low because he's not a better defender. He's not a better defender in the ear. He's faster than Damian Low. Right? I don't see no other way more than to go play a long ball. I don't see nothing else when I'm gonna start with Damian Low. Any at all. So Speed, I have to tell them say yo, here play that way, yeah, and kick it long paneling. It has to be a game plan. I say one of the worst tactics you could go try to play against some of them. Foolish. But blessing still.
All right, respect. Let me call back Cranky because I saw that he's calling. Yeah, so don't know which side Cranky is gonna take on this. What the hell is wrong with Cranky, man? I thought this man would have called my stream, talking about what take place. What do you mean the name calling? Who called Cranky his name here? Who called Cranky's name, people? Cranky said he heard his name being called. What is Cranky? Tell the spies them for stop make up stories. I was here arguing football. This is a football. Unless your name is Mr. Speed. Unless your name is Mr. Speed. Who called the name Cranky? Unless your name is Mr. Speed. I never called the name Blood. What are you talking about? Okay, no, you never said nobody. You said you heard the name being called. I mean, oh yeah, but you said you heard the name being called, sir, and me never call you because me talk about football and me stressed out what Mr. Speed say. I mean, think that you come defend now because me about to beat you, you know.
My name is getting called on other platforms for whatever reason.
Okay, what upon?
When people talking about you, it's either good or bad, but every news is good news in my eyes.
What upon? What a minute. I think Pastor was saying, you said Pastor was calling him name? Okay, I would have to
just tell me say Pastor call me name.
Okay. No, because you write it, you never said it, you never tell me who are calling him for me to know exactly by reading it. You said you heard the name being called, and I said that doesn't make sense. I'm Mr. Speed, so me I wonder if you change the name to Mr. Speed now. So me confused, you know.
I don't have any misters in my name.
So sorry about that. I don't know what I think. I think Pastor said something about he's saying something about Jason Guna, Ryan, and Cranky. Every team they name, they have king in their teams. So that's what I remembered.
That is so Pastor is calling me a liar, and he's a liar. Pastor, Mr. Pastor, you don't want none of this, Pastor. Trust me. You don't want me to go viral upon you.
All right, Cranky, please listen to the video back, please.
Don't like Pastor is Pastor. You don't want this, Pastor. I don't even want this myself.
Yes, Cranky. Me don't want it either because me don't know what I want.
Go check. You know what? The one thing about me now, JD, there's receipts.
Yes.
There are receipts. Receipts. When I picked my team, I had Frey, Lati, Pinnock,
and Webster in my team to start.
Mm-hmm.
That was my team for the last game because I think King does make quite a bit of mistakes, and I'm tired of the long ball. Tired of the long ball. Get on my nerves.
Okay,
so
so
when pastor comes
you're
out and making these statements, and he's
yeah.
a pastor. You cannot be a pastor and say these things with such authority, and people believe you. Stop doing that, pastor. It's not okay. It's not okay to do that.
All right,
It's not okay.
so Cranky, out of
Don't
respect
take my
for
team
me,
against DR Congo. It's not okay.
out of respect for me, please go back and listen to what he said then. Because maybe somebody told you, and because I remembered what he said, and I think he was using it as a reference. But people also said, yes, he was calling you out. So maybe I never heard that part about the calling out, but I heard him make a reference of he's saying that because these people put King in his lineup. So I thought he was talking on the lineup. I never heard what he said aside from that.
The difference between the first game and the second game, right? The game
Mhm.
against DR Congo, I did not have King in my lineup. I had my lineup. It's on the screen.
Okay, so people said Pastor said something good about Cranky. Pastor,
What?
please go back and Pastor said
What?
yes, please go back and listen to what he said first before we argue that, because I thought you were gonna call on my topic.
What was it?
My-
I'm a person in topic. What
My
topic?
my topic was what Mr. Speid said, that we should believe in our own and pretty much work with our own going forward. Like he wants to take a credit, like we truly did good, and maybe sticking with our own people is the only way we're gonna get success. But when we look at everything, every other country, even England that you call defending the other day, they don't have an English coach. USA don't have a USA coach. Canada don't have a Canadian coach. So the teams them that's beating us don't have those things.
Let me address that point. People, sorry, JD, I'm going to promote myself, JD. I'm doing a very comprehensive show tonight on the failures and the way forward. Let me just say this, JD, in summary, to that point. When we make decisions in life about a country, we got to say we got to do what John F. Kennedy proposed to the Americans in the 60s. That's not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. When you make these personalized proposals, it suggests that you're promoting yourself, not the country. So if you say you're a nationalist, but it seems like you're going to be the one benefit because you come up with some strategy or some policy or some plan, which then go and say local, but you're in line to be one to be selected, that seems a little bit self-serving, right? I do believe that if you look at the Congo team and the Iraqi team that just made the World Cup, they have foreign coaches. You mentioned England, and it's a heresy for a major world power like England and Brazil to have foreign coaches.
And Belgium as well.
These countries are doing, huh?
And Belgium, which you don't rate all. I sent it the record here, but you don't even look at it.
I'm talking about teams that have achieved things. I'm talking
Oh my God! Belgium beat England to come third in the World Cup.
I'm not talking about fake countries when it comes to football, when they have a generation of great footballers and they fail miserably. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about countries which have won World Cup, like England's won the World Cup.
In 1966, England won the World Cup. You know, long that
Uruguay won it in 1930, 32 and 36 or 32, 34, 38. They still talk about World Cup champion, and that's over almost 100 years ago.
Oh my God!
When their name's on the trophy, Belgium name is nowhere need to be seen around the trophy. None. Nothing. You can't. If you look, forever you can't find Belgium name. Let me just say this, so we're digressing on Jamaica. I have no problem with someone saying we need to have coaches who are of Jamaican descent, because I'm tired of the bullshit local thing, who have the requisite skill set, intellect, ability, resume to assume roles for our national teams, men, women, junior. But you have to be qualified. And the question is, if you're going to go local, are they qualified for the role? Because, and also, I hear the Italian Prime Minister is asking the head of the FA for Italy to resign, right? Because they missed their first World Cup. I see in most instances, Tottenham changed their coach 3 years in a row to avoid relegation. When you failed miserably, you cannot reward the people who fail. Because then you're a failure if you reward the people who fail. And if you're a failed and you're a nationalist and you believe in your country, you should do the good thing and do they do in Japan, fall on your sword. You should. Because then it's about you, it's not about your country. And Jamaica football has not progressed enough to just have local coaches across this entire football ecosystem. They have just started to effectuate and put in place coaching programs at different levels. None of them have gone out apart from Coley, and he has no resume about leading any team, any place where to say he's qualified except he has a pro license. If you go to school and get a master's degree from Harvard, until you go to the workplace, you ain't do nothing. You haven't done anything. So this misconception that I get a license because I went through some theoretical situations that then give me the ability and the resume to coach a national football team is nonsense. Go out, make yourself uncomfortable, go learn your trade, then come back and put yourself in place to assume those responsibilities. So I think what I'm hearing from Jamaica, including the local media, and I called one of the radio station yesterday, and I chastised the traditional media. Because I said to them, look, you guys are part of the problem. When we failed the first time around to speak on your program, you didn't ask the right question. You're like, what kind of right question you asked? And I said, first of all, if you're going to ask the question of someone, it's about your tone. If I say, hey, JD, what do you ask, JD? JD, you know, say things don't work out right, you know. Hey, JD, what do you think? You think you're responsible? Then you're making me feel comfortable. I should be very uncomfortable in any environment when I fail to qualify in probably the easiest zone in football history. First of all, I should be looking to say, you know what? I shouldn't be in a role. Second of all, I should look and say, you know what? I fall on my sword. And the media should make, you think if this was England and they failed in the World Cup, like Gareth Southgate to qualify for the World Cup, they would get destroyed. They would resign right away. There's no way in hell that person would be trying to assume the job going forward when they were part of the architect for the failure. Now, I get along with Rudolph. Well, I have this volatile relationship with Rudolph. We communicate periodically. I think Rudolph is a smart man. Yes. But he's made a number of mistakes. And I can't see the life of... And first of all, if Rudolph's going to be... I said this before. If he goes to some role, he can't have all those conflicts. Right? Because Jamaica, I don't think Jamaica have enough intellectual capital in football to rid themselves of certain people. It just doesn't. And Jamaica doesn't live in the diaspora. And they all think they're smart down there. And fine, you think you're smart. That's in your world. You don't have no exposure. You haven't had the resume to justify the situation, both in traditional media and outside traditional media and in certain other areas. And the diaspora is dying to help in a lot of different ways. And they're being pushed away. Give me your money and go ahead.
I got a call.
People like Maverick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was.
People like Maverick because I had a big back and forth Maverick yesterday offline.
Oh right? God! Oh God!
Maverick said on his
program.
See,
you're just a war cranky. I have to call you now. You just have you have a legendary warrior going right across the place.
So I think no. So here's the thing, JD. I think sometimes people don't like to hear the truth, or he like to trust me. He like to trust me in public. He like to say in public, "Well, Craig, think him smart." I don't think. We just said that's arrogant.
So what? So you and this man get so close for him to question if you're smart or not. Like
no,
what?
Because I called him.
Oh, okay.
I called him a number of times, but once just to complain about the diaspora versus local argument. Because I believe in the totality of the entirety.
Yes.
Not one versus the other.
Yes.
And he pushed back and he gave me the nonsense meter and pushed back at me saying I'm trying to create some divisive narrative. Because I said Steve wasn't a guaranteed starter in one situation, right? He does that. He went on his program yesterday, because I don't really listen to him that much anymore, but it was after the World Cup we failed. I want to hear what's happening across the various spectrum. And he said Bailey had one of his best games for Jamaica.
Yeah, I don't think Bailey was all that good. I think Bailey was not good.
No. JD, you guys are using euphemism. Don't use the word not good. He was beyond awful.
Yeah, but the reason why I gave him cranky, why I'd never beat him so much, is because where the ball's coming from for the whole entire game was from our defensive line. Our midfield couldn't get the ball because the midfield from Congo was too strong. So they keep on putting the ball back to our centre backs. JD,
the analysis is not. No, JD, we keep it.
No, but we have to talk, cranky. We have to say what happened on the field.
No, but JD, I watched the game, JD.
Yes, I know.
I record the game, by the way.
Yes.
I record the game.
Yes, and you can go back and you have to. Our midfield never passed enough ball. So all I'm just let me land now, cranky. All I'm saying is most of the long balls them came from our centre backs and our back line. Am I lying? Almost 90% of the long balls them came from a back line.
Let me give you some stats. Let me give you some stats.
Yes.
When you watch a football, listen to something to you people. In 2026, if any organization is not using data and stats in their business or sports, they are extinct after a while. One. What I discussed with Maverick, I said, stop. Nobody can talk about football. That's what he said. I'm going to talk about him today in my program. And I said, look, if you look at SOFA score,
which I have it on the screen,
is 5.6.
Yes.
The next lowest rating is 6.2 by Cotton Marjorie.
Yes.
Right? 5 is the only one that has red there. Bailey touched the ball 50. This is not Google people. I'm talking from memory. 58 times. He made 31 passes. He completed 18. He had 30.
Yes. But Cranky, where you have to put the eyeball in, I can't let you get away with that. Remember, most of those balls is 15 balls come over to Bailey, which are aerial balls.
We're not talking about touches, JD. Everything touched. You made 18 passes.
Yes.
30 passes, you make 18.
Yes, that is terrible. That is bad. That is beyond bad. That is true.
You won 4 of 16 ground duels. No,
yes.
There was nobody else apart from King. King had 24 last position, but a lot of those were those damn long balls, right?
Yes, the long ball we're talking about, yeah.
From Bailey's. King's last position different from Bailey's. We gotta bifurcate those, right? Hayden had 7. I think a lot of people had like
Pinnock and King has the most long ball in the game.
Right, but I'm saying Pinnock had 102 touches.
Right? Yes.
And he had less last possession than King.
Than King, yes, because
I'm just giving you a stat to say when you said Bailey played well.
No, I never said Bailey played well.
Not you. When I'm saying Maverick says Bailey played well, I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, but Cranky, remember the evaluation in football. I don't want to talk about it, but the evaluation, Cranky, in football in Jamaica comes off energy. So, you're running up and down. You don't even have to touch the ball in Jamaica. You can run around a man and the ball go through the man's foot based off the pass from your passer, and they give you credit for that in Jamaica. It's the flair. So because he was running and he made one action in the game, the one action in the game that led to a block shot from Jamaica. That was the only thing Jamaica did in the whole game. It still came from him, Cranky. So based off that.
No, someone's saying he's the best offensive player. We didn't have any offense.
Yeah, but Cranky, but we just said we created one chance, our off chance, which is the one that Casey Palmer kicked.
No, he created himself. I mean, no, the chance he created was the shot he took, which touched the upright.
Yeah, that one is 35. That is not a chance. So that's why we never put it in it.
But I'm just saying it's not a chance, but he created something out of nothing, right?
Yes. So we have to give him credit. So the 2 actions that Jamaica did in the whole entire game, Cranky, that is an offensive action, was him, So
yes.
If we want
no, that's not true. Campbell gave up ball.
Campbell with the cross in first, then it goes across.
Yeah, so Campbell created that.
Okay, so you're not gonna give Bailey.
Bailey had the ball in the bounds. It's not his fault. But that's not him created it. Campbell created it. That's not Bailey created it.
All right, so
Bailey didn't pass the ball to himself.
All right, so let me give Bailey 1 out of the 2 then, Cranky.
But before I go there, let me just say this. So I was listening to Robbie on AFTV, right? So they had about 9 people on the stream watching it. And all the Jamaicans overseas all tuned in, right? And I hear Robbie say, "Get up." That's the worst player on the field. No, but what I recorded it, by the way. I recorded it. I played it on my channel. And then Yardman said, man never do that to Jamaica ever, blah, blah. And they were frustrated with him because they know he's the one.
And remember, he's expected. He's expected because the expectation is one of the Premier League players on the field. So expectations as well in a Cranky. So that's what I'm trying to say. So yes, I agree that he was bad, but I think that King was the worst player on the field. I don't think it's Liam Bailey. I think it's actually King because the amount of ball that the team long ball them lead to for create the overloads back on Jamaica. is more, it's worse than what Leon Bailey doing on the field. That's what I'm saying, because at least it's way up the pitch and we have multiple ways to stop them coming back. But what King doing is literally when we're deep in our half and they are on the halfway line, he gives them back the ball instant to come back at us. So we have no offensive pushback. At least you can say Leon Bailey lost the ball way down so we can set up in all the rest of the field. Cranky. So pretty much you have 45 yards.
No, it's not. It was not a time. There are 2 times we lose the ball, which created a lot of pressure on us. Just like he did for Villa in the previous game, where they scored, but they didn't score. 2 times he did it, which created a lot of pressure on us. I can go show you those 2 times. I recorded the game. I'm telling you.
No, Cranky, I am not saying Liam Bill never. I said he was bad, but I'm saying that King was the worst with the long ball pressures, where we couldn't get out. The E was creating those madness.
So no, I don't. So, look, they're both. Here's the thing, people don't realize in sports. When I kick the ball long or when I turn the ball over, I'm giving the opponent a chance to attack me. When I lose the ball 30 times, let's say I lose it 20 or 30. Sometimes the last possession is sometimes missing.
Yes,
right?
because it's double. Yes. But it wasn't double. Cranky, it wasn't double. I'm going to give you credit. It was all single actions, So it wasn't double blood.
Okay.
So I am giving you credit.
Make it 10 times worse. But anyway, so let me just say this, JD. When you lose it 30 times, JD, you give your opponent it 30 times. When King makes his 4 of 19 long pass, he gives the opponent 15 times to come at you. Right?
Yes.
That's not okay. That means Bailey was playing over the opposition than for Jamaica. Bailey made 18 passes to his teammate. We don't know where the passes go. And he turned the ball about 30 times. That means on a net basis, he's 12 I'm just using some random thing. He's 12 deficit, 12 more to Congo than he did for his team. Now we're never going to know when we pass the pass. But he passed the ball to him, 2 them, 12 times them reach. The next, and he have 30 turnovers. So on a net basis, he was deficit of 12. I mean, how is that a good game?
I know, Cranky, I am agreeing with you. Liam Bailey wasn't good, but I just said that because our midfield was so dry and we try to rely on, because remember, we have to stick to the plan. The plan for Jamaica was to stop Congo from playing football. They didn't want to make it be like a Nigeria thing where they can just dominate the play. So they are trying to play a wing transition football. So they put their midfield, Jamaica put their midfield in a lower bracket right on top of our centre backs them. So we don't have any space in between.
I don't agree with that, JD. I don't agree with that, JD. I don't agree with that.
All right, so how we end up there? We get forced into that position.
So I think Jamaica actually came to play football, which may have been a mistake. I didn't think we were going to come to play football. I thought we were going to play a mid-block, not necessarily a low block, and then try to transition. The problem we had in the game was there were 2 teams that have the same methodology about playing football.
Okay.
So I thought Congo, with the athleticism, would pressure us. We made more passes than Congo,
Yes, but Cranky, 75% of our passes is in our own half. Congo's passes was in Jamaica's half. So
hold on. That means they weren't pressuring us. That's why we know we don't keep the ball well.
Yes.
There are few games we play a team better than us where we have better possession than them. I don't think I've ever seen that actually.
Maybe it happened once. When Canada wanted to press us in a particular area, they gave us the ball to play, and I think, but that's what I described this morning. I think that Congo's style was to get it off Ethan Pino. They never wanted Ethan Pino to have the ball. They wanted King and Latibodier to have the ball. So they forced it from that side to keep them on the ball. So sometimes when you're saying that, we have more possession, no, maybe the team want them to do exactly what they were doing. So they tried to keep, because...
No, so it might be though. I thought Congo with the athleticism would say, you know what? We're better than them. We're going to take the ball from them and then try to play it out and go try to score. Right?
Yes.
That's not how they play.
Yes.
They're a transition team also. They're a transition team.
They are
Right? So
I would say they're an adaptive team. They're an adaptive team. Cranky, the best word. Yeah. You know why? Because when Nigeria wanted to play them, flat out play, they just play them. I saw Algeria come to play football and they ran Algeria off the park, and Algeria is better technical than Jamaica by a million miles. So because I thought that they saw that the long ball for Jamaica, because remember everything they hear, I was listening to the coach. The coach said everything that they heard about Jamaica is speed. So what they did is to make sure they always have that their back line at least one or two at the box them, so they couldn't have that closing space to keep the retention of their ball. So that's why they went the safer way to go longer to whistle them, which is very good at holding up the play. They are very good at holding up the play, so that's why they went long. So it is because they want to counter Jamaica system why they have to go with that system. Because remember, that's what Jamaica tell them that they're going to do.
JD, what speed they talking about?
No, because that's what. Give credit. Leon Bailey is known as a fast player. Cephas is known as a fast player. Campbell is known as a fast player. So that is three players.
Jamaica have no fast makers.
Obviously, when it comes to the African team, and all right. The perception of Jamaicans, the perception of Jamaicans are known to be fast. So that's what the coach. Well, that's what the coach thought. So maybe after 20 minutes, they realized that Masuaka realized that, okay, Leon Bailey is not that fast. So I'm going to run past Leon Bailey, run past Aiden, run past Latibodier, run past everybody and put the ball in the box to score. Because the Masuaka actually did that, he did that twice in the first 15 minutes of the game, So you can't say they weren't testing Jamaica. They have to, you say they're intelligent footballers,
What I'm saying is that they weren't. So you can do that aggressive press, right? They weren't aggressive pressing us.
No.
They would press sometimes, but they would jockey off. They start their defense just around the halfway line.
Yes.
So then we look good playing up to get to halfway. We run out of ideas.
So Cranky, if they had done that, Cranky, which they had the capability of doing so, because they did it maybe at the end part of the game when they started to take the ball of Jamaica and just literally take it. So if they did that at the start, Cranky, you would have been crying on the stream. You would have been crying on the stream.
Here was my team. Here's my team. I had Freya right back. I had Lati inside with Pinnock. I had Webster at left back, right?
Yes.
My midfield was a little bit different. I don't think I had Palmer. I think I had.
Are you go back for Anderson?
Yeah, I had Anderson. Because I liked his legs, right? I thought we didn't need a lot of legs against them. And I had Anderson and I had someone else. I don't remember who. I didn't have Bailey in my starting lineup, by the way. I was playing a 4-4-2. I had on the left side, I had Mason Clark. I forgot who was on the right, and then I had up front Cephas and Carter Martyri. But I thought if they're pressing us that high, we're gonna force them to drop by the center half. If they don't want to, that's their problem because Cephas gonna run by them. If the long ball over the top, because I didn't mind playing the long ball, but with some air under the ball and with some accuracy on the channel, one Bissaka wouldn't have anybody to mark. Either come to the halfway line or stay deep, which means start a position.
Yeah.
So if you press me up, I'm gonna go behind you. You decide not to press up. I have space between the line to play football. Right? I would not have started Lati right back. So I thought Lati struggled a little bit in the play well in the first game because he struggled one-on-one wide. In the middle, he's fine, but wide, he was dribbled by 4 times in the game.
Yes, but I just told you Masuaka dribble past every single player on that side. So I think that's when Jamaica realized that they are not faster than everybody. Because if the left back running past everybody, and then that's where I saw Jamaica started to stay narrow. Because they realized, these guys are really fast. So I think they came out with a plan, Cranky. They came out with a plan, but Cranky, I think they came out with a plan. Jamaica honestly came out with a plan to do better than what they did, but Congo made them change their mind, and then that's where the game got so cagey.
No, here's the thing, JD. I don't think Jamaica had the respect for Congo that other people did. I think Jamaica watched them on tape and said, we can beat them, man. That's my view.
Okay.
They come out more defensively. I think they watch them and say, you know what? We can take them. People that boost them up. And some Jamaicans were saying that in the chat also, that Congo is not that good. And Alex saw my program and break down their challenges. Twansday, he was supposed to be injured. I'm surprised he played.
Yeah, no, he played the game before, but he came in the competition injured. But they estimated that he's going to play.
Injured, yeah.
And we never test him. We never test him, Cranky. We never give him no test.
No, because you know what? They're very good defensively. Especially their midfielding, cutting down the gaps and the spaces. So they give you comfort up to the halfway line. As soon as they penetrate in their half, they start closing in, right? They have good one-on-one defenders like Wan Bissaka. So they can deal with them on one-on-one.
But not even one opportunity for...
We don't have the ability.
So not even one opportunity for 120 minutes, Cranky?
Let me just this. Well, Arsenal did that too, but anyway, let me just say we have the
Oh
ability
God, man mentioned Arsenal in this car. Jesus Christ! All
But
right.
Arsenal struggle to break down defense too. We don't have the ability, JD. That's why I call for Ravel all the time, even when he has his big belly on the beach. We don't have the ability to do two things. One is beat a man one-on-one, or make the pass with such deftness it gets to his destination after break stride. So, over the top ball we played was atrocious because they got nowhere close to the player. No, they can't even fight for it. Kadamati can't even jump for a header. Kadamati was poor in the game.
Yes, Kadamati was poor. I don't know what happened. I don't know because I know that he's better than that, and we know that he's better than that. So I don't know. I'm not gonna blame condition. You know why? I'm not tied from Arsenal Football Fan TV. Both teams were on the field. Yeah, both teams were on the field, and Congo was struggling with atmosphere. So I thought that they could have. We saw that they were physically stronger. That is true. We saw that they were physical, stronger human beings, which is surprising, Cranky, because we walk around with this big, fast, and strong. No, every day we in the stream. Every day we there, we say we're the biggest, fastest, and strongest in this category. We hear that every day. Every coach, we coach Jamaica, tell we say we're the biggest and fastest and strongest.
JD, go watch my channel the last show I did. I said that's full.
No, but every coach every coach from Jamaica tell me so we're the biggest, fastest, and strongest. So me surprised that we just look weak towards the man. Liam Bailey had a ball where Masuaka just run him down and just push him off the ball, and he just drop. He just drop blood.
JD, I watched Jamaica for a long time. When Jamaica came to the US in, was it 87, 88 and played a game, they looked like they were malnourished. They have changed since then. We were never fast.
So where we get this big and fast this thing from, Cranky?
Okay. Let me do the extreme. When we play Mexico, we look big and fast and stronger than Mexico?
No, me not believe it, becoming because them smaller.
They're short in stature. No, JD, they're short in stature, right? They're small in stature, they're short in stature. Technical football is what we can run one now, you want to run one enough. If me have the ball, you can't get it enough. We talk about you're big and strong and fast. We don't do wrestling, we don't do weightlifting. What are we talking about? This is not track and field where we're faster than people. The track and field athletes are not playing football. Track and field athletes acting like Hyde, like Jail Hyde. They gonna run track at the end of the day. If they're not good, they're not gonna play football. What are we talking about? I have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, but remember, see, they base their systems off that, Cranky. Their belief is they're big, fast, and strong. So their belief is going to be based off a system. You never hear. It's sad to bring up this guy because I know you can't. I know you can't stand him. Craig Butler. Craig Butler always said you need to play 2-2-2 and use wing transition because we're the fastest. Every time I've seen Jamaica play the African team, we look like we're playing back way. I don't know.
Does Whisper play fast?
No, I think Whisper plays slow because I think a lot he's mental. I don't think he thinks as fast, so he can't play as fast. You know?
But I'm not gonna make it. I'm not his intention, but I'm just saying he stopped the ball further for anything.
Yes, because obviously that's his advantage. He wants to use his size, but obviously when he comes up to this level, his size is nothing.
This false narrative espoused by Jamaican community coaches and football so-called aficionados that we are bigger, stronger, faster.
I know where they got it from. I know where they got it from. You see, because we play so much youth 15 football, Cranky, and we ever send some 15-year-olds that play the 12-year-olds and from Puerto Rico and them place there, and them are 7 foot, and the guys them are 2 foot. That's where we think we get the big, fast, and stronger because at professional level, Jamaica have never been faster and bigger than anybody else. So I think it's the youth levels. We bring a big, oversized human being. Because like we have a 6'4" guy playing against 2 foot human beings. Then we use that as the big, fast, and strong. But obviously that's going to be tailored out.
JD, it only works mainly in the Caribbean, for example.
Yes, and after we not beat anybody when you reach another level. We beat Canada the other day 1 time out of a million years.
Yeah, we beat Canada in the under 17. But if you look at the Canada team, as you're alluding to, they're very small, right? They're physically good, but they're physically immature, right? The under 20 dominated this region, but then can't even kick the football. Let's see what they do when they go conquer.
Yes, yeah.
Some English player, when we say them do, but they need a lot of supplement to help. They have some decent players, but they need help.
Yeah. Well,
they would be going back home just like they did the last time.
Well, good points, Sir Cranky. I'm sorry that you came off You're looking another war on top of your 15 wars them that you claim that you have. Because you came on, you introduced me to 65 war that you have. Just leave Maverick alone. Leave him alone. He will never learn.
So maybe I'm the one creating the wars. He don't the war them. I don't mean initiate them. I don't mean
And then you initiate them. There's a war.
Your friend JT. You initiate the war already.
Oh, my friend?
Yeah, your friend JT.
Nah, man, I don't know. I don't even know who names so. Who names so? So you're worried all them people that women even know?
No, I don't man. No. I name 24/7.
Oh.
Hey, JD. You know how many times people come to me and say, him talking about me. I say, well, if people talking about you, that means you must have some level of importance. I said, they won't talk about you. If it's significant, they will not talk about you.
Okay. Well, me no know who that, you know. The last time, me no know who that. Me even know who that. I don't know who that. Because you have to talk about my friend. Oh, you mean my friend? The last time the man helped me, tell me if I help him build him channel, and me help him build him channel. So me no know what you talk about. I mean, never talk about to that guy there.
Oh, you have somebody build channel you don't know.
No, because he asked me for help, and me help him. Me never talk to him ever back again. Me no know what you talk about.
I think you guys are European brothers.
No, me perfectly happy with my wife and my kid here. Me no know who you talk to. Mr. Socialist, he look like Cranky of a million pastor and Cranky a war. Him and the next man we know a war. Him and a Maverick a war. Him send up on the channel a war people. Him a war people in a chat voice note. Him and Mr. Speid a war.
An interesting relationship.
Oh.
That's why.
Oh God.
And I have beaten him a while. I'm not beating mistake. We call out things, but you know, like sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm not fear team sometimes. I don't not fear team, but we can't just sit down and just go and make everything all right. And that's the life work.
All right, big boss. Take your time.
Yeah,
people go and support Cranky. He said he's going to break down something. And based on what he's going to break down, obviously he's going to call the man who him claim to say him have an interested relationship name on. He's going to call the man name and it's going to continue our next war. Him start sound like Donald Trump. Donald Trump will say him now start a war. I see him start. No. I don't mean it in that way. Meaning that you're literally fighting with people and calling it a different name. So that's all I'm saying. No. Intellectual wise, I will never class it with Donald Trump blood.
Before I go, people. First of all, I don't talk about JT. I'll talk about me. I didn't bring up Pastor. I got a call this morning. Said Pastor.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So the Maverick thing, I would agree. I initiated because I know Maverick have a large audience. And I don't believe I want false narrative to get to people.
Oh, God.
It's not opinion. I have facts in terms of stats. If Maverick say his eye test telling one thing, I think he needs glasses or lens correction surgery. But he and I see different things. But anyway, I appreciate it.
All right. Yeah, man. Take care, my brother. Yeah. All right. Yeah, man, people, me and Cranky now have no war. Me never know what Cranky to talk about. I think a pastor said something. But Cranky is passionate about football and just want to talk about the football. And clearly other people take it more personal. So that's why Mr. Speid a war with him. Him say Maverick a war with him and stuff. But him a try fix Jamaica football. You know? Maybe he can't, but you have to try. If you're going to know you can do something if you don't try. You know, Mr. Specialist, big of yourself. No, Newton, he's not turning my channel into any mix-up, man. He's just telling me all of the wars that's going on. Remember, I am not on the internet, you know. I don't know what's going on. This is my 4th video I did overall in the blood for almost a month and you know, and before that it was a month and before that it was 2 months. I never did a video, you know. So I don't truly know what's going on. When I leave here now, I'm gonna order food for my kid. Because I already structured the time to go 2 hours and I did 2 hours 20 because I didn't like what Mr. Speid said and I didn't like the narrative that they're trying to sell. And I'm just saving you guys heartache going forward. Because if they're going to take over again and do this madness of about Jamaica first and Jamaicans should be, we should get the priority, I am not in this foolishness. You understand me? I am not in the foolishness. I think they should truly consult a proper technical director that has a plan for the next 10, 12 years and pick within that technical director's education level. You understand me? Don't just pick a man that just get an ABC license, then you have an ABC license, then I have a friend with an ABC license, and all I want to go out there and tell me that you not pray to God. I'm tired of the God praying blood. I want to have sense before you go up on the field. Me no want to tell me son have an accountant degree and no football ability. No, you just give the other man with the footballing ability the job and he will get it done. You know, and just honestly give people full autonomy. That's my case. I'm selling. That was what the video about. It wasn't any mix up or any drama. I got a few calls, and I think the calls were good because people push back on me. And I stand my ground on what I believe and stuff. That's what we want to have the discourse. That's what we want to have. You understand me? Because I think it was one-sided and just selling a narrative because they know that it benefits Mr. Speed and the JFF. So that's why I build this video, people. So take care of yourself, and we will be back sometime. All right? I think for the reggae girls. So take care of yourself. Big up yourself, everyone in the chat. El Mexi, Newton, Zebev, Match Day, Cranky, Pasta, Dre in the building, RR, Owen, Real Reactor, Reggae Boyz Reactor, even though he makes a million videos about me. Cranky just want clicks. He brings nothing informational about football. He just a hater. No, I can't say Cranky is a hater. I think Cranky brought valid point just a while ago. He pointed out some mistakes from Liam Bailey, and I remembered, yes, I saw those. And I have to call it out as well because he was trying to push back to tell me that maybe Bailey was worse, and I have to look at it there. Reggae Boyz Reactor. That's how we learn. You can't say Cranky is not bringing anything blood. All right. Yeah, we have to be fair. I think Cranky brought up good points. All right. All right, people. I will end it right here because I have to buy the food for my kid. All right. Take care. Bye bye.